Crunchy Cardboard is a live play session of a tabletop game organized by Geekspiel. We're an inclusive community of tabletop gamers that are creating PG-13 content for the purpose of sharing our love of board games with the young and old of the world. We play games, we have laughs, we stream all of that to Twitch. What you're watching here is a recording of that live stream, so please forgive the blips and bumps that come along with producing that in just one take. If you want to engage with us in real time on Twitch, follow or subscribe to our channel there, and you'll know when we're live. If you want to play games with us on or off the air, join our Discord server and raise your hand. You can find links to both in the details of this video or by visiting our website, geekspiel.com. Thanks, and enjoy the game. Well, hello everybody. Matt Miller here with the Geekspiel. We are live with a Crunchy Cardboard episode for you here tonight. It is 10 o'clock. I know we're probably a little bit more popular than Critical Role is over on the other channel right now. So if you want to wait for a break and go see what they're doing, that would be great. It is probably a really good night for you folks to be here because we are doing a raffle. Tonight is the last night to get into the drawing to win the Champions Pledge, which is the big level on the Wild Descent game from Lazy Squire Games. So Robert McConnell, the founder and creator of this game, was that company and the creator of the game, was on the show on Monday and talked with Will Escrow and had a good time, showed us how to play. Then last night on Will's channel, Happy Fun Time Live, they did a live playthrough. I think they played the arena mode. And now over here tonight, we're going to actually play the co-op mode and run through that for you. And in fact, I brought the professor himself on because we need some help learning. So I've got 3 people here with me tonight. I'm on camera, but they're on voice, and I'll introduce them in backwards order. Anissa, hello Anissa, say hello.
Hi.
Great. She's part of our Discord community and plays way more games than I do, so hopefully she'll be able to teach me a few things tonight too. Jake Paul, say hello, Jake.
Hey, guys.
And finally, last but not least, is Will Escrow, Happy Fun Time Live himself. Say hello, Will.
I'll just do the usual welcome, the triple welcome, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a little bit like all right. I mean,
all right.
Hello. Yeah. So, yeah. That's what's really great is as we've kind of through the years worked out, a good friend of mine, Gil, you'll see him on the shows here with us as well. Over the years, he and I have done craft beer channels and all kinds of fun stuff together. And he always looks for a tagline. And it was really great when we first started this a year ago. We would do streams, and you can go back and find him on YouTube or whatever. But he was really struggling with trying to find that tagline, and it was really awesome. We'd get to the end of the stream, and he would butcher 7 or 8 words, or his tagline would be like 3 sentences, and you're like, nah, hang on a sec. So I don't really know what. I think he said might say "see you around the table" now or something like that. But some of us are not eloquent with words. I know Jake is a writer, so he's probably a little better with that kind of stuff.
You got that, Jake, right? You got them words.
Don't put me on the spot right now.
Yeah, so come up with a tagline for us. We need a catchphrase.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try and get one by the end of the night.
All right, well, there you go.
Okay.
So, all right. Oh, hang on a second. Everybody is trying to enter the raffle, but I have to push. I have to push a button. I mean, I know why they're here. I don't blame you. That's why I'm here too. So, I think if I hit this button. Now, all right, BT Henderson, 14. Give it a shot again.
There it is.
There it is. Oh, you know what? There might be like a 15-second delay. I don't know how long.
Yeah, there's probably a delay.
Yeah, we're all staring at our screens, waiting for him to try it. So, all right. Well, I'm just going to assume that works, and we'll see here in a few minutes as the chat scrolls on up. So, I really. I don't have much to add. This has been a great week. This is our second week of this new format, and Will and I have spent a lot of time talking off air and on air too, but off air. And I really like how this is working out. I like kind of breaking it up into smaller pieces because some of these games you really want to sink your teeth into, and the publishers have been really generous with giving stuff away. Last week we played House of Possession, a nice horror-themed game for October, and we played it like all week long, and we had some laughs and had a good time. And next week on Monday we start with an interview with the folks at Weird Giraffe Games, and we're going to do their game Dreams of Tomorrow. So that's going to be, it's really fun to kind of really focus and dig into one game each week. So,
right. And I'll mention real quick, House of Possession actually opened a lot more pledge levels. They're doing this one with the custom toolbox. So you get all the miniatures that they were offering before, plus a toolbox to keep them in. And Dawn, the better half of Ty, is actually offering. They're going to be doing like little cool like packages and surprises. And one other thing I want to mention, if you guys go check out the pledge page for House of Possession, they actually added an unlock goal for their last card, and they're calling it the Geek Spiel sim.
Oh, yeah. The Ring of Salt, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Ring of Salt. So, really cool of them to sort of give us props for coming up with that idea. Our community actually came up with the idea. I'm not going to say it was Matt. I'm just going to say the community.
And I was just making a reference to an obscure Chevy Chase movie. So,
Right.
I mean, it really kind of all fell together. But
yeah. But I just want to give them props for that, and it's if you want to check out their page, please do so. House of Possession, it's still on Kickstarter. They're actually really close to a bunch of really cool unlocks, extra card unlocks, and that new thing that they made available. It's going to be a wooden toolbox, like a legit wooden toolbox with like different surprises in it. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, let me get over here now. It's the wrong one. Everybody's looking at my inbox.
Yay!
No, I'm over here on the Kickstarter page for A Wild Descent now, and they're at 308,000 on a 70,000 pledge. So they are well funded, 2,000 backers, and just 4 days to go. So that'll finish this thing up Monday night, I guess that'll be
right.
So
right, and definitely giving extra support here. There are still some unlocks available for this campaign as well with Wild Descent. And there is actually some news to come from Robert. He said he's going to go into some more detail on some things.
He is. Yep, he is. That 72-hour push or that last push is coming. So the Champions Pledge is $199. It includes the core game, and if you've watched any of our videos or listened to watch his live stream last night that he did on Kickstarter, it's like there's the core game, then there's an expansion, and all this other kind of there's a huge model or a couple of models that are Kickstarter only, and they're working on some of this. I think there's a $400,000 stretch goal that he's really trying to get to. So hoping that they get to. It's got to, maybe it was like 2-layer boards. I can't remember what it was. I look at a lot of Kickstarter, so I guess it's possible I'm confused. So, but yeah,
same problem.
Yeah, check it out. And since I usually am the producer on these shows, sitting back here engaging social media, now I'm on camera. I will put out a call. Anybody who wants to be a part of this community, get on here and play these games with us. If you're watching, join the Discord. Sit down at a table with us, and who knows, you might be able to beat Chris Walters at something. Maybe he's pretty competitive. So yeah. All right, Will. I'm gonna kind of drive the camera here. Will's played this a few times, and he's gonna go through just enough of an explanation for you viewers to have a general idea, and then we're just gonna start to play, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, so really, like what Matt's currently looking at is the encampment board. That is the town that we will return to after every encounter. The game, one entire game, usually comprised of multiple sessions. Those sessions are usually encounters, because the encounters could take a little while, depending on how you're playing them. An encounter could take anywhere from like 15 up to 45 minutes. But each encounter, when you go back to the encampment, will pretty much trigger another encounter following that. There's a total of 10. Once you guys hit 10, it's actually 10 seasons, sort of. After you hit your 10th season, you win the game, and you have to survive through all of it. This encampment that Matt's looking at is basically that place where we live. Now, in the encampment, we can do multiple actions, but I'm not really going to go over that because we really want to focus on the encounter itself. So, Matt, if you want to pan over to the Wilds board. The Wilds board is basically where all these monsters are going to spawn, and we, the Seekers, are going to spawn. Each Seeker that you see around our board here, there's 4 of them in total in this demo, has unique abilities that are either innate, meaning that you start with them, or that you unlock with different buildings that we're going to unlock in the encampment. And that's actually the second ability or part of the encampment, is that as we go along, we're going to be able to, as an example, let's go back to Zaxos there, Matt. If you look at Zaxos, on the right-hand side, some of his abilities that we unlock are based on the building. So the workshop, level 1, if that's unlocked, Zaxos, all of a sudden, bam, has a passive ability. That's what little cross in front of rune work means.
All right.
Now, every time you go into an encounter with him, if you have level 1 workshop unlocked, Zaxos now has +1 to his magical defense. So the magical defense, if you look on the left-hand side of Zaxos' card, you have the blue with the arrow is his movement. So how many points of movement he can take in a turn. His health is 30 health. His armor, the silver number 2 on the bottom left corner, and that's physical armor. The 1 blue with the line pointing up is his range. The sword is his damage, which is physical based damage. And then the number 3 with the 3 boxes are how many dice you're going to roll to add to your damage effect. And you can see underneath that once you roll those 3 dice, if you roll a star, you can maim something. And by maiming it, it gives them fatigue, which affects how the monster could then show up during their turn or the next turn. Teamwork. If Zaxos does an attack on a creature, and everybody in your team also does an attack, every time somebody does an attack, Zaxos rolls 4 dice, and any damage that shows up, he applies to that target, which is pretty powerful. And then on that right side, we look at the symbols next to those abilities, and the workshop, the creature pen, and the Temple of Vil are the first 3 symbols that you'll see on the right side. And those 3 things will unlock different abilities if we unlock those areas. And that's pretty much how the game works. We'll get into the finite aspects of the game as we play it, but I just want to let you guys know how that works. Our goal, again, is to either capture or kill the creatures we're going to go up against. And we'll get different rewards or bonuses based on what we do when we kill them. So to start the game, let's head back over to the encampment. Right at the beginning of the game, we get the barracks unlocked at level 1. So that happens. We have now the option to unlock 2 other buildings. Now, speaking with Robert, the creator of this game, his recommendations are the Temple of Vil and the Seeker's Hut. The Temple of Vil, when we return from our encounter, will give us the ability to heal. And the Seeker's Hut, before we go on an encounter, gives us an extra card to draw from the scout deck. And that's important because if we don't unlock the Seeker's the Seeker's Den, then we only get to draw 1 card. And what that basically translates to is whatever I draw, I got to go fight. So if it's bad, we got to go regardless. We don't have a choice. So what we're going to do is, you guys cool with going with recommendation?
Oh yeah.
Here?
Yep.
Okay. So let's go ahead and apply a level 1 to our Temple of Vil on the left here. By the way, the artwork on this, if you guys haven't seen it or looked at it yet, is pretty phenomenal. One of the things that really drew me into this project.
I like this. I like this little central kind of community here where the buildings are different levels. It kind of makes me think of like Age of Empires, right? You start out with a few workers and you go out in the field and you do things and you come back and you use that to age yourself up.
Exactly. And the cool thing is as those buildings level, they level your characters individually, but they also level the abilities your characters will have in the hunt. And also when you come back from the hunt. Because there's actually passive abilities so for example, the barracks at level 1, when all of us come back from our first encounter, we're automatically going to heal each other. Well, all of us are going to heal for 5 points of damage, like right off the bat. And if we want to level it up, we'll actually heal for more damage. So there's a lot of cool, multi-tiered strategies going here and what's nice about it is I say that this game has a lot of light elements of other games, and all those things married together gives you this really cool, unique experience. So it's like Monster Hunter, the video game, light. It's like Kingdom Death Monster, light. It's like Age of Empires, a good example, light. Because all those different mechanics that are borrowed from other things come together in this new, unique experience, which is Wild Descent. So let's go ahead and jump right into. We have the 3 buildings, and then we're going to do find out what our first worker is. So up here, the worker deck is this deck up here, and we're going to go ahead and to start off, I'm going to shuffle it, and we get to look at 3 different workers, and we're going to get our first worker for free. Normally, these workers cost 1 gold. And before I brought this deck out, I had to actually remove the 2 gold workers, so it doesn't even come up because we can't afford obviously a 2 gold worker. So now we're going to flip them, and we're going to see which worker we're going to have a chance to get, which is actually really good. So the first one we have is Monster Hunter. This is on our campaign from Wednesday. This is actually what we went with last night. Ashkari Trader. So the Ashkari Trader, you see the abilities, and I'll go over them in a second. And then finally, the Apprentice. So there's actually kind of a choice we have here. The Monster Hunter, what's really awesome about it is anytime we go into take a creature now, we may begin capturing a creature at half their health plus 5. So basically, if the creature we would normally be able to only capture at a 25, we can now capture that at 30 health. This is the one I'm probably going to recommend we go with. You guys kind of on board with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
other ones like right
DYU77 said get that one too. So.
Right.
He played. You played last night with you.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Dio was with us last night. Dayu.
Dayu.
So Ishkari Trader is good for later in the game, like late game, because what he does is he has a passive ability that every time you go to capture threat 2 and threat 3 creatures, you actually need 1 less seeker to capture them. So a good example of that is on our first hunt right now. Normally it takes 3 seekers to capture a creature, and a level 2 one or threat 2 one. It would only take 2 to capture a threat 2 creature, which is actually pretty good too, but that's going to be much better for later encounters. So we'll pass on him. And then the Apprentice is also good because his passive is when we come back to our encampment after our encounter, we could actually choose 1 ingredient that we don't need. So for example, later in the game, since Monster Hunter, the Seeker's Manual, we can build it with those 3 ingredients. We would actually only need 2 of those ingredients to make that Seeker's Manual, because that's what the Monster Hunter lets us do. Yeah. And again, we'd also have to have the workshop unlocked, which we don't have yet. But just to show you, like if we find the Seeker's Manual in here, just so you guys can have a good idea, because we're obviously going to take that Monster Hunter. There's the Seeker's Manual. And the Seeker's Manual has a passive where we can choose 1 creature at the beginning of an encounter. That creature's attacks have -1 damage if it's a threat 1, -2 damage if it's a threat 3, threat 2, and -3 damage if it's a threat 3, which is actually great because that means every time they're attacking us, they're losing damage on us as a target. So yeah, and all of the things sort of change together. Again, multiple lines of upgrading, and it has that board game and video game feel where you're getting both of both worlds. So let me just pull these back in here.
All right, so we'll take the Monster Hunter.
Yeah, so we're going to take the Monster Hunter, and what happens is we take that Monster Hunter down for a slot on our encampment. Boom, slot number 1. The symbols and the drawings behind this don't really mean anything. You could put any workers there, but right now, because we only have the level 1 barracks, we could only have 2 workers maximum. So we have 1 right now. That means when we come back from our encounter, if we don't level our barracks, we can have 1 more. But that's it. If we level our barracks up, it'll allow us to have more workers, up to 4, and then finally to unlock all 6, we have to have a level 3 barracks.
All right.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to flip this deck, and I'm going to put these guys back into the worker deck. And then right off the bat now, we're going to use our, this is our little scout deck here. So I'm going to shuffle it, and then I'm going to have, Jake, why don't you take 2 of those cards and move them to the side, if you don't mind.
I cannot see those cards. I just found out.
Oh,
really?
Very cool. So 1, 2. They must be hidden. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip them. So we have a choice between the Pelethron. I'm not great at these. Pelethron Mountains or Galaith.
Palethron?
Goliath. And with that, so we now have to look at the effects. The passive effect is all creatures have +1 to their base damage. So every one of their creatures, if we go for the mountains, is going to have +1 to their base damage. Potentially very harmful for us. Considering also, and this is from my experience in my first encounter that I ran, Horned Golem has a defense of 5. And that's going to be something that could be really bad for us. And we'd be dealing with a Horned Golem level 2. The other option is Goliath, and it would be the Phoenix that we'd go after. Phoenix has on activation assign 1 damage to all seekers. So that means if we draw a Phoenix card from the Instinct deck before anything else happens, the Phoenix does 1 damage to all of us.
Nice.
The Phoenix is also, from experience of this game, it's the only creature that has an ability where if it's the last one on the field and we don't capture it, if everything else is dead, the Phoenix flies away and we lose the Phoenix. So that's one of them we'd have to mitigate and take care of some creatures, but we might want to focus on taking that Phoenix first if we want to get the Phoenix and the gold from the Phoenix. Everybody's on the same page with me?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So based on that information, I'm going to poll you guys. I'm going to ask the players that are new to this, what do you guys think we should go with before we go into it?
Well, for me, it kind of seems like if we take the Gilith, then we kind of only have to worry about messing with the Phoenix when the Phoenix comes out, whereas
Yes.
the other one is just going to beat on us the whole game.
Yes, and the Horned Golem is a pretty powerful. If I remember correctly, he's a pretty powerful being. So
Yeah.
let's go with the Phoenix then. Everybody cool with that?
Yeah, sure.
How are we going to pronounce that?
The Goliath.
There you go, Goliath. Oh, let's go Goliath.
I'd say
Yeah, Goliath.
It's going to confuse me so much.
Yeah. Although we probably will never have to say it again. We just have to know that.
So I'm gonna move this. So I'm gonna move this one down here. Dayu actually had a really stacked this over here for us to sort of keep out. And now we move on to the next part. So the first thing is the Phoenix is definitely going to be in the encounter. So we look over to our cards over here, and I've actually separated them before the stream. And we're going to take the level 2 Phoenix. That's where we're going to start.
All right.
So I'm going to take the level 2 Phoenix, and we're going to put him right here underneath our encounter, as we know he is our main
Bad dude. All right.
And we know that he's a threat level 2 because of the 2 stone circle markers underneath his portrait.
They kind of look like nails, like in an old frame.
They do. And you can see that requires looks like a GPS location marker. The Phoenix threat level 2 is the first thing that we have to put out. And then we go to all of these little 111 markings. It means that we're going to bring out 3 threat level 1 creatures outside of just the Phoenix.
All
so
right.
now I have the threat level 1 deck up here. So I'm just going to grab that. Maybe I'll bring it down
Long
here.
click it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring it down here, and then I'm going to actually. We did this because you know what? I technically don't have to. If the Phoenix comes up, I'm not going to have 2 Phoenix. You technically can, but I don't really want to mess with that tonight. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to shuffle this, and we now just draw at random 1, 2, 3. Okay. So Phoenix goes away, of course.
Yeah.
I'll shuffle this one more time, and we'll take a third. All right. So the 3 level 1 creatures we're going to encounter alongside of the Phoenix are the Wildwood Sentinel, the Griffin, and the Wildflower. And I'm not going to go into their stuff because as we activate them, you're going to see what they do. And we'll get into that when we have to.
All right. So our main goal tonight is to defeat the Phoenix. That's how we win.
Capturing is probably the way we want to do it if we want to get the 2 gold and be able to level up our encampment.
All right.
And then obviously we have to kill everything else too. So the encounter's not over until everything has been either captured or destroyed.
Until we
killed.
cleared the woods.
Yeah, until we clear the wilds. One really cool lore piece that Robert brought into our conversation on Monday, and I think it's an important point, is think of the wilds as almost being this overall sentient. The planet itself, in a way, is sentient and understands when there's a threat to it.
Yeah.
So the wilds themselves understand when there's a threat to the creatures that live within, and the wilds will try to stop you from tainting them in any way possible.
All right.
So
We're the bad guys.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
All right then.
We're
Yeah, it's like, think of
invaders
that-
here,
think,
huh?
Think of like Avatar, and we just like crash landed our spaceship into.
Yeah.
So the next thing we have is we now have to take the instinct decks that correspond to all of the creatures we have out. So the Phoenix will be the first one we take, and the best way to do this is, again, I think selecting and then dragging. So we have the Phoenix. Could you please read off for me what the other ones? Wildwood Sentinel, I think was one, correct?
Yes. Wildwood Sentinel, Griffin.
Griffin, where are you? Oh, I think Wildflower was another one.
Wildflower, and then Griffin. Yep.
All right, got it. Wildflower, and then Griffin. Where are you? There you are. There you are. And then the Griffin we'll place right there. And what we're going to do now is we're take the corresponding pieces. Well, we're going to do a few things. So first, we have to take their health marker. How much HP does the Phoenix have?
15.
15. So we marked that on.
Oh,
this
yeah,
board
there
here.
you go. That's
I
I just
interesting.
realized how you track health, and that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, it really is.
The Wildwood Sentinel. how much health
21.
is 21. We'll place that right here. And then the Griffin.
10.
10. Interesting. All right. So we now see that these are how we're going to track the enemy's health, and then also our health is on this board too. So that's how we track our health. And you guys actually on your side of the board, it's cool because it's doubled up. You guys have your own little health trackers over there, so you guys can see and move your stuff
All
easily
right.
if you're on that side of the board.
Did you bring the Wildflower over? The Wildflower also has 15.
Wildflower also has 15. There it is. Wildflower also
All right.
has 15. I'll just stack that
Yep.
right with that one. Or we can actually double it up just
There
by
you
doing that. And then we're also going to have to roll now. We're going to roll a D6 to figure out what scenario we're entering the wilds under. And the cool thing about this is not only are the creatures that we're spawning random, but the actual conditions we're spawning or encountering these creatures is also random. So we'll go over that real quick here. I have to pull up my instructions on my screen, so bear with me. Okay, so the encounter. We got to roll a d6. So if one of you guys wants to go ahead and roll for me, and then
I
tell
got
me
it
the
selected
result.
here. Are you ready?
Yes.
How about a 4? I got a 4, everybody.
Okay. So 4. Fresh meat. You've tracked the beasts across their home turf without so much as a heavy footstep to alert them of your presence. Once they stop to rest, you and your fellow seekers carefully surround them. It's not often you can get the jump on denizens of the wild, but today, it's a good day. So the scenario I'm gonna lay it out. We in parentheses it tells us who goes first, and we as the seekers go first. So that's actually really nice because every round we get to go before they do.
All right.
So now I have to actually set up the board with these pieces. Now these aren't the miniatures; these are just cardboard holders. But I'm going to start placing these enemies on the board. So number 1 is the Phoenix, and it goes here. And if you're wondering, Matt, if you want to do me a favor for stream,
Yep.
if you click the little instruction game rules thing on the left there, you can scroll down to page 15 and show them the scenario that I'm setting up and how it's laid out for you in the book.
Oh, there we go. Fresh meat. All right. Okay, so that's going to tell you right where to put everything on the board.
The red is the creatures, the black circles are us, and the X's are going to be terrain or these little obstacles.
So the party is already divided. That's not a good way to start.
It's kind of the way they do most of these, unless it's like surrounded. We all start together and we're facing away from them. The facing is actually kind of important too, because you have to use a unit of movement to turn your facing.
Okay.
So the intro facing, depending on the scenario, it could be really bad. For us, it's actually really good because we actually spawn in facing the backs of these creatures. So every one of our initial damages is going to be +2 for flanking damage.
Yeah.
Which is actually really nice for us too. Number 2 is going to be this little gem here, whatever it's called, the wild.
That's the
Wildflower.
Wildflower. I don't know.
And then number 3 is
Where'd it
we'll
go?
make that we'll make this guy the Wildwood Sentinel. We'll put him here. Oh, sorry, here. Pretty much the way that you drew them is the way you should actually spawn these in. I forget the order we drew them in, but I know that the Phoenix has to be number 1 on this map.
Yeah.
And then 4 is going to be the Griffin.
That'll be Griffin. It's like you said, Griffin. Technically, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And there are actually 5 spots for spawning in. So some scenarios, like you might actually end up drawing more creatures in this scenario.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
We did not. We just had the 4 to start. And let me just double check and see. And then we have to look at the Phoenix real quick and check the Phoenix's ability. Rebirth, beginning each encounter with 1 rebirth token. If the Phoenix is slain, discard the token to remove all damage. The Phoenix is not slain. So we have to put a rebirth token on the Phoenix, which might be where the Phoenix was located, might not be. We can actually really use anything to represent that. I think I'll just use this little red marker here on the Phoenix's card as a rebirth token. And what that basically means for us is that we not only have to take the Phoenix down to 15, we have to take the Phoenix down 15 health, and then another 10 because of our Monster Hunter card that we have working for us. Normally we'd have to take it down 15 and then another 7 to be able to capture it, which is pretty brutal.
Wait, why does it have to be twice?
Because the rebirth token, so just like a Phoenix, it raises from its ashes. The first time we kill it, it's not technically dead. The next turn, it raises from the ashes, and we have to kill it again.
Oh, so you have to kill to capture. I thought you had to capture instead of kill.
Well,
Sorry.
no. So we have to have it to half health to begin capturing it. And with our Monster Hunter guy, he gives us a bonus where it's half health plus 5, so it's not as brutal. But we'll see how this turns out with the Phoenix. The other thing that I'm looking at too, passive Phoenix cannot be captured while the rebirth token is on it. We talked about that, and it can't be the only remaining enemy, or it escapes.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So we can't kill everything else first. Yeah.
Right. I'm just checking the other ones here. Thorns on defense, retaliate with physical attack. So we're not going to look at that real quick because it doesn't matter. The Griffin's passive is after resolving a Griffin's infancy card. Not going to look at that. Bird of Prey, if the Griffin injures a target, not going to look at that until we have to encounter that. And then finally, Wildwood Sentinel, the Kindred. If it's activated, we actually have to spawn a Skirmisher, which is another little guy that goes next to him. Not important now, but it will be if he activates during the monsters phase. Now, the black circles are us, so we can place now. We can choose where we want to place who. So looking at the diagram, they're going to be basically one here. One of us will be here, one of us will be here, and then the other 2 will be down here. So how do you guys want to play this out? I'm kind of thinking that we'll all be in range, sort of ish. So if we put Zaxos here, we can have him encounter quickly and then use the benefit of his like bonus attack.
I also had a question for you real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
So because right now we have 1 in our Temple of Vil, right?
Yes.
So my simple prayer heal self for 3 is active, or how do I activate that?
So that's a you have where are you looking? Sorry.
I'm looking at my card. It's the middle one.
The Holy Mist. Anytime you roll a star, because you're gonna have 2 dice to roll every round. Every time you roll a star, it's going to count for 1 damage, plus it will heal you for 2 for each star.
I'm Zaxos.
Oh, Zaxos. Sorry. Zaxos, Temple of Vil. Okay, that's an activated ability. In lieu of attacking, you could choose to heal yourself for 3.
Okay, well, basically that's what I was curious. Because I could run in and hit really hard, and then if I need to, I can heal next time.
Next time, right? And that's a possibility. And then with our current building setup, that's the only ability you have unlocked, and the Holy Mist is the only one that the other Birdline has unlocked. Ilithina has Pierce unlocked, and Fani has Daughter of the Wilds, meaning that she can increase her default range to 3, its passive, and add 1 dice to the sidestep skill. And the sidestep skill is basically anytime somebody rolls toward her, she gets to trigger that or goes out to attack her. Okay, so let's grab our little markers. I think we'll throw Zaxos here.
Yeah.
I think Burline also would be good next to Zaxos because, I think that's good for damage. Let's go ahead, actually, before we place, let's take a look real quick at the enemy cards and look at their defensive abilities. So looking at the Phoenix, 1 physical defense, 1 magical defense. While with Sentinel 1 and 1, Griffin is 1 and 1, and the Wild Flower is 0 and 0.
It's just a flower.
It's just a flower. I might actually throw Zaxos up here against that flower. Only because since there's no physical defense on that flower, he's gonna be able to tear through that flower and maybe destroy it right in that first round. The flower also only has like 15 health, so we can really cut into that.
Right. If I'm next to it and someone attacks it, I then get my 4 attack dice.
Yes. Every time somebody attacks it, and then I'm going to go with Ilithina over here, and we'll move Fani over to be next to Burline. And then we're just going to have to roll for the obstacles. So Matt, if you can assist me, or somebody else can assist me, I need you guys on the D6 real quick.
All right.
The way that placing obstacles works is we again reference that spawn marker for our scenario, which is fresh meat.
All right.
So we're going to roll for the first one. Go ahead and roll a D6.
How about a 6?
A 6 is going to be a pit. So the first thing that we put in is a pit, and that is going to be this little guy here.
Man,
and
we're just the pits.
Just the pits. We're going to drop.
Yeah, right.
If you could please roll again, a D6.
All right. Yes. How about a 5 this time?
A 5 will spawn in a thorn brush. And this is a thorn brush here. And that's going to be located. We are going to put it right over here. Yes, that's the thorn brush. The next one I'm going to spawn in is going to be up underneath this face.
Another
underneath
6.
The greenery. Another 6. That means another pit is going to be located right there. And our final one, if you can roll for me, please.
Is a 4.
Is a 4, which will bring in a full cover item. And that will just go... where is that 4? Fresh meat, where are you? That's going to be down here. And I'm actually completely fine with it being down there. Is it there? Yeah, right there. All right. The different thing these obstacles do, the pit, if you fall into it, if you're knocked into it, you basically lose your ability to do anything else that round, and then you have to use all of your actions the following round to get out of the pit, which sucks.
Yeah.
The end movement, all of your movements can be expended just to get out of that pit. The thorn bush or brush is identical to full cover with one additional little quirk to it. Any seeker or creature that is pushed via knockback into this field is assigned 2 damage and bleed. So 2 damage is bad enough, but bleed, every time your character activates, if you have a bleed token on you, you take 1 damage. And activation happens obviously once per round, but that could really stack up and hurt you badly. The only way to take care of bleed is to heal yourself, and instead of getting the benefits of the full heal. So for example, Zaxos, if you activated your heal of 3, you would get no healing, but the bleed would stop.
You'd cauterize the wound.
You got
it.
You got it. And then the full cover, which is down here, the big tree branch or whatever you want to call it. If you're adjacent to that item, you get a seekers and creatures may not end their movement on or over that field. Any attack that draws line of sight, full cover cannot be made. So basically what this means is if you are
near it, it's a dark spot, you can't see.
Right, yeah. If you're near it and somebody tries to shoot you from this direction, they're not going to be able to hit you at all.
All right.
So that's what we're dealing with in terms of obstacles. And now we can go ahead and I think we can light this candle. I think everything else is pretty much ready to go.
Right.
So we as seekers activate first, as we mentioned.
Uh-huh.
So as I mentioned also before, Zaxos has that really cool ability that if we all attack the same target, it will benefit. It will actually be a pretty big benefit to us. But we also have to make sure that we have movement to all be able to attack him. And what I mean by that is, so let's say Zaxos goes after this target. He's in range to attack, and so is Ilithina.
Mm-hmm.
The other two down here, you cannot fire through miniatures or models.
All right.
The Griffin and this Wildwood Sentinel, we actually wouldn't be able to fire through them, the guys on the bottom. But however, technically you could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move over here, and 1, 2, 3. You wouldn't be able to hit that one from here. If you moved here, 1, 2, 3, nope. So she would not be able to hit unless she were able to. Let me check one more time. She goes 1, 2, 3, 4.
I could try vaulting, but like
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will work. So yeah, you'll be able to move and attack that target. So she's viable to trigger his ability. But then if the Phoenix activates and she's there, the Phoenix will actually be able to attack her from behind and do additional 2 damage. So we have to sort of plan a lot of that stuff out. But anyway,
now I have my Bearline has a special ability that passively attacks damage target and assign 2 damage to enemies adjacent to the target.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. So like Bearline could actually go after these two.
I could hit the Griffin and do damage to the other two in the progress.
That's correct. Yep, adjacency. The definition of adjacency in this game is all 8 fields around the model.
All right.
So, all cardinal directions and even diagonal counts as adjacency rules.
All right.
For this game. So, I guess let's rock and roll. So I vote we start with Zaxos. Are you ready? Right. Are you here, Jake?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I saw the thing you disappeared for a second on Tabletopia for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason it decided to kick me out, then load me back in. So
okay, beautiful. Okay, so Jake, go ahead, and do you want me to sort of help you out here, or do you think you have an understanding or an idea of what you're doing?
So how many things can I do in a turn?
1. You can move. Okay. Well, 2. You can move and then take an action.
Okay, that's what
taking an action is either using your attack or using a special ability that you have.
Then I'm just gonna go ahead and move and attack the.
Okay, so he's gonna move Zaxos 1 space forward. He's already in range.
All right, now real quick, Zaxos' movement range is 1, right? That's the arrow.
No, Zaxos' attack range is 1.
Oh, okay.
His movement is 3. So Zaxos can move up to 3 spaces.
Okay, so that's the blue dot at the top on the left.
That's correct.
The 3 with the play arrow. All right.
The other thing that's important to note is movement rules in this game are actually kind of generous. Usually in a war game or skirmish game, every facing you would turn a character would count as a point of movement. So like if Zaxos wasn't looking in this direction, and needed to, he'd have to pay 1, 2 movement points just to rotate. But in this game, whatever you want to orient only counts one movement point. So like if Zaxos were here and something was behind him, he could easily just go boop boop, and that only costs one
movement. All right.
Point. Which is nice and generous, and it's also pretty simple.
Makes it easier to figure out, right?
Yeah, and a lot of people. So like, there's a lot of people that might look at this as like, oh, is this like one heavy rule skirmish games? It's really not. Like once you get the rule set in your mind, you're not like going into calculation tables and doing saving throws. There's a lot of simple activation stuff along with this game. The other thing too, during setup, I forgot to have you guys do one thing. Take your little lock symbols and place them over the abilities that have been unlocked by the buildings we now own. So, for example, Zaxos, just take your little unlock thing, there you go, and place it over the ability that you now could use. And the reason you do that is because once you utilize it, you just flip it, showing that you can't use it again on this turn.
Oh, and it's round. All right.
Yeah, during this round.
All right.
And I will place, I believe we unlocked the barracks level 1 right there. And then for Nissa already took care of that. Awesome. Okay, so we're looking at Zaxos. Zaxos is going to go and attack. Now you get
I have one question, sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I guess 2. Can our ranged character, is she able to attack the flower with me being there?
Probably. I probably maybe have to move to the left 1. But yeah, as long as I just need line of sight.
Okay, well then I was going to ask, should I move over to this space then instead, to the side?
You could, yeah, good call. That's actually a solid call, because then I definitely have line of sight.
And I can attack diagonal by facing the diagonal direction.
No. There's no diagonal direction. It's only the 4 cardinal directions for facing. Now the way, so just for visualization purposes, and that's a very good point you brought up. What can I use? I'll use these little markers here to sort of demonstrate how. So by default, your range 1 is that.
Gotcha. Perfect.
Okay.
That's what I need to know.
Range 2 is actually that.
Oh, okay.
And then
all
range
the way
3,
out the other side.
If you have range 3, goes all
so it's a
the
cone.
way. It is a cone. It's your standard cone for, but that just so you guys can visualize how that works.
Getting cozy in the cone.
That was going to be my question, just to make sure I understood where that was. All right, cool. Then since I'm out of your way now too, I would like to hit it.
All right, hit it. Oh, one other thing I forgot to do. We're on season 1 right now.
Season 1.
Is it like warm? Is it cold?
I don't know.
Right now it's a balmy, like I don't know, 80 degrees in the wilds.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Gotta get in character.
Yeah, gotta get in character. Okay, Zaxos. So go ahead now. Now what you're gonna do is to activate your attack. Say I'm attacking. And then your base attack is going to be 3, and then you're gonna roll 3 dice to add to that 3.
All right. So these 3 dice.
Yeah. So the best way to do this is hold Shift, click and drag over those 3 dice, and then spam R.
Well, you only get to hit. You can only hit it once in Tabletopia.
No, you can do it. So watch, you can actually spam it. So watch, see, I'll show you. See.
Oh, I got. All right. There we go.
Boom.
Face roll.
Okay.
You can do the same thing if you want to re-roll those. Go ahead and do that because that's the way I do it. I just like spam R. So I
all
feel
right,
like
now I'm seeing it.
Do it. Okay. So with that roll, that means that you add 2 damage on top of your base damage. So you're hitting this target for 5 total damage. It is the little flower guy, the Wild's flower, and it has 0 defense. But ... on defense, this wildflower has retaliate, and retaliate has a range of 2, and it has 2 base defense and 3 dice, or sorry, base damage, 2 base damage and 3 dice. So now, in reaction to your attack, this wildflower is going to attack you.
Now the wildflower is facing the wrong way, though. Does that matter?
I don't. Oh, you're right. Line of sight would actually make sense. So yeah, he can't do anything. And by the way,
he would have attacked the archer too. Otherwise,
that's correct, and that is true because reality. Yeah, so you're right. Facing the wrong way, and you also add another 2 damage to your attack. So you go from 5 to 7 damage to that wildflower right off the bat.
Hang on, why did he add 2 to his damage? Because of his.
Because he's behind it.
Oh yeah. All right.
He's behind it, and it does 2 more damage. So yes, the giveaway is still going on, Kit, and I'll take a minute to just reiterate that if you just joined tonight, there is a giveaway for this game, the champion level pledge. Wild Descent is the name of the game on Kickstarter. Please go check it out. If it's something, I think a lot of people would be interested in it. But we are giving away a champion level pledge. Tonight's the last night to get in on the giveaway.
That's right. We're gonna draw it tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to draw the winner tomorrow, and we'll get that information to whoever wins.
Yep.
But the pledge is a $200 level pledge, so please get in on that.
And there's only like 100 people in the drawing right now, so your chances are good. I will, and if you've been here all week, your chances are 3 times as good. I will say, while we're paused here, real quick, I will thank Digital Carnage. He resubbed here again. So that's always awesome. There's a couple of new follows. I guess they must have come on to us from Facebook or Twitter or something. So thanks for joining in there. Yeah. So there are already 16 people that have joined the stream tonight to get into the end to the drawing. So welcome.
Awesome. And I hope you guys are enjoying the action. I hope the explanation of the gameplay helps too. Because if you guys go
and now that when we start rolling here, it'll be a lot easier to see how it works too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Zaxos is hitting, and then now we have to sort of... we don't have to activate that ability for the wildflower because it's faced the wrong way. So 7 total damage is applied to that wildflower. So it goes from 15 all the way down.
I missed why you said it was 7, but why is it 7?
So your base damage is 3, plus 2 damage from your dice. And the flower is faced the other way, so you get flanking damage for an additional 2.
Gotcha. The
Yep.
voice decided to turn you into a robot as you were explaining that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Actually, it
Yeah.
must have just been on his end because you sounded fine. to
Yeah.
me.
Okay. And so with that, Zaxos goes. Now, there is no turn order per se. So based on what we're looking at, if you want, I could go since we can find out if this thing gets killed. And then we don't have to worry about it anymore because we might be able to wipe this thing out right now.
Yeah. And I can do 2
So-
damage to it whenever I go too as well. So if you don't finish it off,
Well, no, because you don't have line of sight on it.
except that
because
I do 2 splash damage to everything adjacent.
Oh, you're right,
So I'll
you're right.
I'll be able to get 2 damage on him by attacking the Griffin. So go ahead.
You right. You
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. Illithena. I'm going to activate with Illithena. I have now, because I have a range of 3, I am actually going to step back 1, so that even if there's by some chance that he could turn on me, but he can't. But I'm just going to back up because then I'm out of the range of that attack
All right.
that he would have in response to Mayan.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and let's see.
And the Phoenix is in range of you now too.
Yeah. And I think I'm going to actually activate Pierce this round. Attacks damage the target and adjacent enemy on the field behind it. So let me actually I'll move right here just to make sure that it's perfect for us. And I'm going to attack both these 2 targets with my attack. And with that, I get how many dice to roll? 5.
Wow.
And do I also roll my 4 dice for attacking an adjacent enemy?
Once if I hit, and it's likely I'm going to hit, but we'll find out.
All right. So your base damage is 2 plus 5 dice.
Yep,
Plus
so I'm
2
gonna go
for
ahead-
being behind it.
I'm gonna before I know what. Yeah, I already announced I'm gonna use the pierce, so that's happening. But I'm gonna go ahead and roll this, and I'm gonna activate that pierce as well.
Oh, okay.
So first thing that happens here is the pierce is going to damage both of those with this damage. With Elven Aim, for each star that I roll, I get 2 damage applied.
Okay.
So
Times 2.
you're looking at not times 2 for all the damage, but times 2 of that single star that I rolled.
Oh, okay.
If I rolled like 3 stars, then I would do 6 total damage.
Gotcha.
So in this one, I have my base 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm also going to apply my cripple to both of those targets. So what's going to happen here is we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage plus another 2, so 9 damage to both of those targets. And 9 damage to each of those targets.
All right. So you've just killed the flower.
Okay, so Flower died. So Flower goes bleh, it's dead. And then Griffin, we apply 9 damage to it.
Which brings it down to 1.
Wow.
Glorious. Griffin to 1. So we'll put it right there. And with the Griffin being at 1, it's also crippled. And what that means is that it now. So now, actually, let's check defense on those, because the Griffin is actually at 2, I believe. Yeah, because it has a physical defense of 1, so the Griffin would be at 2. Because we have to
Sure,
factor
yeah.
these defenses in.
Gotcha.
And the Wildflower had no defense, so all that damage took to it. And then Cripple is applied, which I think is, I forget which token here. Let's call it this one, maybe. But that just means that the next person that attacks the Griffin, it has no armor.
So as long as you do at least 2 damage to it.
Right. And I think, and then the other thing we could do too is what you want to do is you want to use these little moons when your turn is over. My turn concludes with that, and we'll put the little moon on Zaxos as well. Sorry, Zaxos is up here.
Yeah,
So our 2 turns are completed, and now we go on to either Matt or Fanny, whatever. Which one of you guys would like to go?
I don't know. Anissa, why don't you go? Because I guess I could save my. I don't really know what to do.
I was thinking maybe you because you have splash damage, but
Yeah. Because I could.
So one thing that's
yeah, go
one thing
ahead.
that's really important for us right now is have to can't kill everything, because if we kill everything,
The Phoenix gets
is gonna
away.
leave.
Right.
So now we're gonna have to. I'm cool with like killing everything except for one of them. And
Yeah.
obviously the Griffin is like pretty much almost dead. So
Yeah. So I mean,
and
okay. Well then, so then
Well,
let's go.
you could prioritize the other one because it's got so much health. It's like 21 health.
Yeah. So why don't I
yeah.
attack him and then let the splash damage kill the Griffin?
That'll be perfect.
All right. So so I'm going to move 1 to get me in range of 1 for my character.
Yep.
And then the only thing I have is a Holy Mist is a self heal for 2. What does it mean on each? Oh, okay, on a star. So if I roll a star, I'll actually get.
Yeah, every time you roll a star, you get 2. You heal yourself for 2.
All right. And then when attacking, I may reroll 1 or more attack dice once. I have to stick with the second use. So I have a strength of. I have a strength of what? Help me out
That's
here.
magic damage. So that's 4 base damage, and you roll 2 dice, and
All right.
anything you roll for damage on top of that, you
Okay.
know.
All right, so I'm magic damage instead of there being a sword. All right, well
Yeah,
then there's no reason to not just select my dice
so
and go for it.
that tree will have 1 magic defense against you.
Right, and I'm already
And the
doing 4
Griffin-
damage. Yeah.
Right, now the Griffin also has a single magical defense, so that splash damage, I believe, is going to be magical. Does it say magical? Oh, it won't matter anyway because it has 0 defense because of me crippling it.
Right. All right. So I rolled a star, and
Mhm.
no damage. So I actually get 2 health. Can I go above?
No, you cannot. And the star counts as an extra damage as well. So it's another damage plus
Okay.
whatever.
All right.
extra
So I've got
benefit you
5. I've got 5 damage plus 2 that I'm doing to 7 because I'm behind it. So I'm doing 7
have.
damage.
That's correct.
I'm doing 7 damage to the whatever that bad thing is, the Wildwood
7
Sentinel.
Yeah, 7 damage, which actually turns into 6 because he does have defense,
Mhm.
1 defense. So
And then-
he takes 6.
All right. So
You guys already did that, right?
no, he's down to 15.
Okay.
And then the splash damage does 2 to the crippled Griffin, which kills him.
Which destroys the crippled Griffin. Yep. And one thing I will resolve too before, so these things, those things are dead. Let me just flip these around. So the Griffin is going to give us a feather, and the Wildflower gave us something with an eyeball, I think. Let me look at it real quick.
Oh, these are ingredients for things.
Yeah, so we got an eyeball and we got a feather
All right.
from killing those things.
All right.
And
you
because
just-
they're only threat 1.
yeah.
So because they're only threat 1, we only get 1 of those ingredients. Now, if they were threat 2 and we kill them, then we get 2 of those ingredients, whatever's
All right.
listed at the top of their cards.
All right. So now I just move my little moon token over here, and I stand down while Zaxos.
Yep.
I'm
And
not
then,
sorry, Zaxos, but Anissa's Fenny.
Yeah. Now, so Nissa, you know what? Tell me what you want to do. If you want me to help you.
Originally, I was just going to go ahead because I have like a range of 3, take a cheap shot at this, get a little bit closer because I can always vault over it later if I wanted to try and go for the Phoenix. So that was my original.
Okay. And you could undo that. I'm not gonna do any coaching there. Yeah. Go ahead. So you're just gonna attack it, or you're gonna move?
I'm going to move. That way I can vault easier later.
Okay. So you're going to move, and you're going to attack what? The tree?
Yeah, it's the only thing eligible to attack right now.
What's your range?
3.
You could actually hit the Phoenix
you
from
could
there.
attack the Phoenix if you moved, because you have 5 movement. You have the most movement of anybody on the table.
Oh, shoot. I keep forgetting that movement fans out that much.
Yeah. Right.
She wouldn't even have to move. It's in range 3 from where she was there.
1, 2, 3. No, she'd have to move
One
1.
more short.
Well, if she were up 1 no more. Yeah.
Right. Now let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1.
The other thing, I'm just looking at.
Oh, you wouldn't have enough to turn around.
3, 4, 5. The other thing she could do is she can actually put claws in that Phoenix right now. Oh no, she can't because it's on half health. So, and we have to kill it first. We have to kill it once and then
Right.
do it. So yeah, probably just move in a range that could start putting damage on that Phoenix.
Okay, so if I want to move, like, say,
Yeah.
If I want to move here, right, that would take, what, 3 movement? Like, do I have to face to turn and then turn again? Like,
Yeah, so she was here where my hand is, Will. Does she have to does she have to turn or
No, that 3 ahead of her is
all
her
right,
cone.
I got you.
So she can attack this guy from here. She can
Yeah.
attack the Phoenix from here.
all right, so then I'm just going to attack. I think I'm going to go for a cheap shot of the Phoenix because they honestly both have about the same health if you consider the whole kill first, then kill halfway.
Yeah, that's fine. And remember, if we kill the wood before the Phoenix, then we lose the Phoenix, which we don't want to happen.
Yeah,
Right.
that's fair.
So
I have a weird question. Sorry.
go ahead.
If the wood thing gets, can we capture the wood thing first off?
No. So we only
Okay.
have 1 spot to capture right now. If we capture the wood thing over the Phoenix, then we'll only get 1 gold out of capturing the wood thing. We'll get 2 gold if we capture the Phoenix.
Cool. My question is basically going to be: if we capture it, does the Phoenix just stuck there now forever? Gotcha.
Well, we would still have to kill the Phoenix. So we
Right.
capture but see, the other thing too is if we captured the wood, the Phoenix would run away because it can't be
Right.
the last thing left on the field of battle.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
I only do 4 because I don't get any extra damage.
Okay, so 4 base damage. You rolled no extra damage, and so you do 4 damage. The Phoenix has a defensive 1, so you do 3 damage to the Phoenix. So Phoenix goes down 1, 2, 3, and that is it for us, the Seekers. So that concludes the Seeker part of the round. And now we draw from the Instinct deck, which is the little skull deck down here. I'll shuffle it one more time. And we activate. Wildwood Sentinel is activated.
Right.
So the first thing that happens before we do anything else, if you look at the Wildwood Sentinel, there is a special ability. On activation, if possible, we summon 1 Wildwood Skirmisher. It has 1 HP, 1 defense, 1 range, a speed of 3, 0 physical base damage, and 1 attack dice to attack. It also when it attacks, it applies bleed. So
Ooh.
the Kindred is a little token over here. In the regular game, it will be a full miniature, little tiny one, and it spawns in adjacent to the wood.
All right.
So we'll just spawn it in adjacent to the little wood guy here, and place it there. Now the next thing we have to read is
It's so cute.
so the Wildwood Sentinel is going to target the enemy with the highest physical defense first. It advances 3 moves to do so. So we look at it right now. The highest physical defense of all of us is
I have 2.
I have 2.
3-way tie.
a 3-way tie.
So
Interesting.
it doesn't move at all, right?
No, I mean it's probably going to go. The next thing is nearest, I believe. It's because it's listed on here. Lowest HP. So who has the lowest HP of the highest physical defense?
I have 18.
I have the highest HP.
It's probably going to be Berlin then.
Yeah, it's me.
It
I've got
is.
18, so I've got yep.
So what he's going to do is he's going to move 1 and then 2, and he's going to go after
Me.
you.
All right.
Now, the other thing that we have to look at is it's an attack with a range of 1. We assign 3 base damage to you and 0 dice, but you do get stunned if it hits, and I believe it's going to hit. The next thing I also have to look at is I believe this little guy comes with him.
All
Because
right.
whenever he activates, that guy goes with him. But let me just double check that on the Wildwood Skirmisher. I'm going to check, do a quick reference in the rule book if you guys don't mind.
Let's go to the tape, Bob.
Yeah, let's go to the tape.
And that's when they start drawing things.
Summon. Skill adds the summon creature to the board adjacent to the summoner. And creature movement. Halt, advance, careful advance. Creature, wild, and intact. Creature's actions.
All right. Rankin sent me a Discord message.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'll look into that, Rankin.
Okay. Okay, summons are special creatures that enter the board via another creature skill, such as the Wildwood Sentinel Skirmisher.
Yeah.
Summons do not have cards of their own. Their stats and skills are listed on the summoning creature. Unless otherwise noted, summons always have 1 health, a sheer damage type of the other summoner, and activate as part of their summoner's activation. Before that creature or the seeker moves or performs actions, for example, if a summon is added to the game board by the summoner, that summon may activate immediately. Summons may not be captured, and if a summoner leaves the board, it summons. Oh, if a summoner leaves the board, its summons are destroyed. So it sounds to me that whatever that guy does, it brings a little guy with him. So 2 things happen. So 2 attacks are basically happening against you because of that. So the other one has a base attack. I think it's only 1 dice that thing has. So if it hits, it'll apply the bleed, but if it doesn't, it won't. And you have a defensive 2. So let's go ahead and roll for. I'll roll for the kindred first.
All right.
The skirmisher. And
All right.
He does do an attack of 1, but you have a physical defense of 2, so that does not hit.
All right.
Then we go with the Wildwood Sentinel, and the Sentinel has. I have to look at his card. Base damage of 3 and 0 attack dice. So he's going to go ahead and hit you for 3, and that will apply 1 point of damage to you.
Hang on a second. I just want to know where is that? That's from the card.
This one right here.
Okay, so it tells you how it's going to attack me.
Yeah, instinct cards basically tell you if it moves, that kind of stuff, and then what kind of.
Okay, assign 3, 4, 5, and the 3, 4, 5 is if they're level 2, 1, 2, or 3. All right, threat level.
That's correct.
All right,
that's correct.
Okay, so 0 dice, so it's going to get 1. So 1 damage will make it through, or all 3 will make it through because.
1 damage will make it through.
All right. I'm down to 17.
All right, so
I need a heal over here. I need a heal. Somebody give me a heal over here.
You're also going to get hit with a stun because of that, and I'll place it on your card here. What those things do? Let me just go over the effects. Stun, target skips their next activation, so next turn you can't do anything.
All right.
But once that's done, the stun goes away.
All right.
So next round. In fatigue, target has 2 less speed on their activation, and speed may not be reduced below 1. Blind, target has 2 less attack dice on their next activation. Bleed is 1 damage every turn until they're healed. And then immobilize, target may not use speed at all. If a seeker or creature is affected with immobilize when they already have the token, they become stunned. So immobilize doesn't stack; it just becomes a stun if you're immobilized twice. With that, we can remove all of our tokens for exhaustion, except for Matt.
Yeah, and that craziness with the screen that just happened to everybody was me trying to type it to Rankin. So that's Rankin's fault. I started to type a response to the message, and I was still on the wrong window, and the screen went crazy.
No problem.
Motion sickness. Everybody take a Dramamine.
Does the Phoenix not do anything this turn?
No, it does not. Only one enemy is activated each round.
Okay. And what decides which enemy?
The deck of cards.
The instinct deck.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yep. And now that we wiped off 2 other enemies, there's potential that there might not be any attacks happening because we cleared most of them off.
Oh, so we don't just keep drawing until something bad happens? We take one over? Wow, okay.
We draw twice, up to 2 times, and if it doesn't, if the second one is also dead, then it fizzles and
all right. Well, that would be helpful. All right, so
okay, cool.
Everybody but me takes off their. Actually, I'll just move my stun token up there.
Yeah,
because that tells me that I'm stunned this time.
Yeah, so everybody else can remove their exhaustion tokens and all that fun stuff. Okay, so now it would behoove us at this moment to likely start to capture the Phoenix because it's a threat too. 3 of us
start to capture or kill it the first time.
Oh, that's right. We have to kill it first. So let's kill it the first time, then we'll capture. I keep forgetting that. Ugh. All right. So
I have to. I have to turn. I have to use one of my movements to turn, right?
Mm-hmm. So you're not going to be able to be in range this round.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it kind of sucks, but it's kind of the
Could
thing
he
you
come
have
down
to-
and
we have
could
to
he get
balance.
into position and take out that little thing next to the whatever?
He could, if you want to just go down and tap that thing on the shoulder and kill it, and then so that thing's dead.
I mean, then be closer to the Phoenix.
Yeah, but he's because he'd have to face it. So let me do a quick count here. 1, 2, 3, and then next turn he could do 1, 2. It'll work. Yeah,
Couldn't he just move? Couldn't he just move 1, 2, 3? Or do you have to turn
Yeah.
in the direction you're moving first?
no, he could do that too. He could do, but either way, it's going to be 3 points of movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Since I can't attack the Phoenix anyway, I'll move here. That way, this little punk doesn't cause bleeding to someone else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a smart move. Very smart move.
So that's me doing that, and I will attack it then.
Okay.
Which
So go ahead and it's very likely going to kill it. I don't think that has any special
All
abilities.
right, so 3 damage plus 3 dice.
Yeah, it's definitely going to die.
that's right.
Definitely going to die. It's my fault. Hooray.
Yeah, so 4 damage and
I technically maimed it.
maim.
Yeah, bye-bye. It's dead. So that goes away.
Yeah.
Next up, I guess I think if you don't mind, I'll go and I'll cripple the Phoenix. I'll try to cripple the Phoenix. So then
Yeah,
you guys
clip its
can do it.
wings.
Yeah.
I can hit
So-
the Phoenix again from where I'm at because I wasn't planning on moving because I'm pretty good
Yeah.
position for both. Honestly.
Now, I do want to ask, though, so this tree is
Yes.
creating, does that interfere with her line of sight? Like, because technically it makes it dark out here, too.
Well, no. If she were here,
Uh-huh.
she would not be able to shoot the Phoenix.
Okay.
If she were here, she would not be able to hit the
All
Phoenix. And if she were here, she would.
Okay.
So where was she up again? I'm sorry. Right
One
here?
more to the left.
One more left. Yeah, that doesn't affect at all. Now, if the Phoenix were playing a game with her and doing adjacency stuff and being,
Gotcha.
the Phoenix moving around that could potentially stop damage from hitting it.
All right.
All right. So my movement is 3, which I'll just go 1, 2, 3. And let me just check the Phoenix's special abilities. Rebirth. Okay. Reprieve. It can't be captured. Yeah. So there's nothing that's going to hurt me if I attack it. And I am going to go ahead and roll
There-
my.
Oh wait, no, what about this card up here? Isn't there something about?
On activation, if the Phoenix is ever activated, it does 1 damage to all seekers.
Okay, gotcha. That's what that is. Okay.
Where that could be really potentially harmful for us is if we're in the midst of capturing it, we take 2 if the Phoenix card comes up, plus another 1. So every time the Phoenix card would come up while we're capturing it,
Yeah.
we take 3 damage.
Well, you're holding it under a blanket and it's pissed off.
Right, and it's got flames.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I understand that.
Blanket's
Yeah.
how you make the bird go to sleep.
That's
right.
right. So I get to roll 5 dice, and my base attack is 2. And there's no purpose in using the Pierce this time around. So I do. Hold on, let me flip that. I do 4. So 2, 6, 7. I do 6 damage, and I'll cripple it for another 2 damage. Plus, I'm behind it, so another 2 damage. So sorry, let me do remath that.
would
6,
be 8.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I hit the Phoenix for 11 damage,
What's
and
at 1?
Is
and
it-
also, is it really?
Well, what's its shield? What's its
Oh,
defense? The defense
Gotcha,
of
that
1.
was-
So yeah, it's down to 2.
10. Yeah, 10, and it's crippled, so it has no defense for the next person who attacks. So we'll just use this as a
That's
cripple.
going to be a guarantee then, because I do 4 base damage.
Well, it'll be guaranteed to lose its resurrection marker.
Right.
And then that is my turn. I've exhausted myself with that.
All right. I'm done. Of course, I'm still stunned here. So
Yeah, Ilithina is like a beast.
yeah.
So, if I'm not mistaken, I think basically if she's able to kill it this turn, Does the damage go over to the next, or does it stop at 0?
It'll pour over. The marker will be. I'll actually double check. So it says that begin each encounter with 1 rebirth token. So that's the beginning of the encounter. We did that. If the Phoenix is slain, discard the token and remove all damage. Phoenix is not slain, so no, it would reset and then the next encounter will be at 15.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say if it could roll over enough, she could get it all the way down to halfway, and then I can just go in and claw on my next turn.
Yeah,
that'd be nice.
All right.
Okay. All right. So
I guess I'm not moving. I guess because
stay where you're at. Don't get any closer. Right.
Yeah, you could.
And then
I'll
roll my 1 die.
Go ahead and roll it, and let me know when you're done.
I don't do any extra damage again, so it's 3.
So it's okay. It doesn't have any.
It's actually 4, but regardless, we remove its marker and reset the Phoenix's health back to 15.
All right.
And it's no longer crippled. And we will put this up here.
And then I am fatigued, or I'm stunned, so that I don't get to go. So that's the end of our.
That's the end of ours. So now we go ahead and draw the instinct card, which is for the wildflower, which does nothing.
Right.
And we draw 1 more. Wildflower again. It does nothing. Yeah. And let me just double check one last. I'm going to check just to make sure nothing happens to us. Activating creatures. Instinct cards. I have to just find it real quick. I just want to double check the rule on that.
It's a learning stream. It's okay.
Yeah.
They have to learn to then want to go do the raffle for the really awesome prize.
Well, exactly. Where are you? Rules?
See, what they do is they win the prize, do this exact same scenario at some point after the many times they play, and then tell us how much better they were than us.
Okay, so draw 1 instant card and resolve it. If the creature is slain or captured, draw a new card. If the second instant card is drawn, you draw is for a slain creature. Discard it and activate the next seeker. Yeah. So
all right. So we go back to the seekers. All right. So my stun is gone. That's nice.
Okay. Now I'll remove the token that I just put there because I forgot earlier.
It was just a power nap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that happened, and then go ahead and...
Good night, Sam. Thanks for stopping in.
Do your thing, Seekers.
So, all right, so capturing. So, how does that work?
Well, we can't do it yet because it's not a half health. So, first thing that has to happen is we have to get down to half health. So,
we know who can do that.
Right. I'm going to have to probably... I'll go and then try to get it.
Because, you're still behind it, so you might as well take advantage of that.
Right. Now, my only fear is that I do too much damage and kill it.
So it's
yeah.
Wait, okay, so how much damage do we actually have to knock it down by?
We have to get it below half, right?
Yeah, so half... Well, actually, plus 5. So actually, we only have to take 5 damage on it, I think.
Oh. Well, then maybe we...
Well, is it half rounded down or up?
It's half rounded up, I guess, ish. So, 8.
So we only have to deal 2 damage to it.
Yeah.
Oh. So, yeah, somebody else do that.
Do you want me to do it?
Actually, if Berline can do it, if he can get within range to do it, because then the 3 of us are within range to put our hooks in it this round.
All right.
That's true.
All right, so I have a movement of 3, so I can go 1, 2. I can't unless I can go diagonally. I can't get in range. What's your range, though? My range is 2. That's right, because I'm throwing spells. So I can go 1, 2, 3, and now he's in range 2.
Yeah. Yep, you're good.
All right. So now I've got base 4, which is going to be enough even if I don't roll.
Right.
And which is okay. I rolled nothing. That was nice of it. And then all right, so good. So I rolled 4, 4 damage to it. 2 of it gets through. Well, 3 of it gets through. It's only got a shield of 1.
So so 3 of it gets through.
All right, goes to 12 health.
And half would be 8, and then we get plus 5 of half, so we're good to go.
All right.
We are.
All right, so I'm done. I don't have to hold on to this wrangling beast.
Right, so I'm just going to go ahead and move in. and I'm going. I'm going to go ahead and claw it. So you just take the little claw that is up here. I'll give each of you one. Warlick, myself, and Zaxos. Okay, so what I do is I apply the claw. The moment I apply the claw, the creature's like, "Oh crap, something is attacking me."
What are you doing to me? Right.
And I take 2 damage for applying that claw right now immediately.
All right.
So I go down to 20 health. Then Warlick, or I guess we could do Zaxos. Zaxos, you want to move in and do that same thing?
Yeah, sure. How do I turn my tile?
So just 1,
2
2,
or E. There you go.
Gotcha. Cool.
and then you just throw your hook on it, and Zaxos immediately takes 2 damage, moving it to 28. And Anissa, same deal, right?
I gotta move first because I'm no longer have line of sight.
Right, 'cause I'm in the way now.
Yeah, and you have to be adjacent as well. You have to be adjacent to plant hooks in the creature.
Oh yeah, sorry. I thought it was my range for a minute there, and I thought you used
Right.
closer because range.
Right. So you have range. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you definitely have range, and you could just drop your claw on it, and I'll move your health to 2 down. All right. So we currently have claws in the Phoenix. We are our phase is done.
Yep.
And we go back into the enemy phase, and what activates it? The Phoenix, of course. Why not?
Of course. Well,
So-
now we've got it under the blanket, though.
Well, everybody who has hooks in takes 2 damage plus everybody else. Oh, that's right. It doesn't activate. So, but let me read real quick.
Yeah.
Because the innate ability of the time it activates,
Is everybody does a damage, takes a damage, right?
right, that's the area we're in. I think it still technically activates per se, but it doesn't. The abilities fizzle. If it activates per se, then we're all going to take 3 damage. Everybody who has hooks in it, and you will take 1 damage, Matt.
Uh-huh.
I just have to double check that. And
how long do we have to hold on to this thing?
2 turns.
one more turn.
One more
It's just
turn.
the next turn. The next turn.
Yeah, Phoenix is confused and getting ticked off, I think, to be honest with you, Tarankin.
Right. It's pretty angry.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
We'll hold the Phoenix, and Matt, you fight the giant tree.
Yes. I'm thinking about
That's-
running in the opposite direction when my fatigue marker comes off. No, I'll throw a heal out on you there. That's what I'll do. Except that I can't seem to roll any of those little stars to do it.
Capture.
And in fact, I
Okay.
can't even really heal anybody else until we get some other...
Okay. Well, there we go. Creature cannot activate while at least one capture. So we still take 2 damage. Everybody who has hooks in the creature, but the creature actually does not activate from that card.
Okay.
So
But
I'm down
does
to
its
26.
special power to do 1 damage to everybody come in?
Nope, because it doesn't activate.
All right. there we go.
Only when it activates does that power.
Well, then
trigger.
do we have to
So-
draw another card?
No.
All right.
I will double check that as well, but let me see. Can activate while at least if an instinct is drawn for that creature, assign 2 damage to each seeker capturing it and discard the card. Oh, and draw again. Damn it. Draw again.
All right.
So we draw again.
Oh,
another Phoenix. Another 2 damage.
Yeah.
So we each take 4. Let's assign that before we do anything else.
Okay.
1,
I'm at
2, 3, 4. Did you already take 4 off yourself, Anissa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, you're going to be the target of our friendly wood giant next time because I think you're the lowest. You
well,
don't. You
that's-
don't
But
win
only
the
if it
first one.
activates, right?
That changes on the activations too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it targets other things.
To be fair.
Hold on 1 second. I have to see how many cards. Discard the card and draw again. If all remaining creatures have capture tokens, do not draw again.
All right.
That's not the case though. I think we have to draw again.
Oh,
I think we have
okay.
to keep drawing.
Wait, what are you reading?
In the rules during for specifically under capturing a creature, it states a creature cannot activate while at least 1 capture token is on it. If an instinct card is drawn for that creature, anybody assign 2 damage to each seeker capturing it and discard the card, then draw again.
Oh,
And it doesn't say that there's a stop to that in the rules. So I think we have, if the Phoenix activates again, we have to go until another thing comes up. And once another thing comes up, then this turn fizzles.
Or two dead things come up.
Right. If 2 dead things, but now we've gotten 2 Phoenixes. Here's another. Okay,
All right, well,
Griffin.
there's a dead thing.
There's a dead thing. We have to pray for another dead thing right now.
And you got
We're
another
good.
dead thing. All right.
We're good. So then that's it. Now it's back to our turn.
All right. And you
so
guys can't
what
do
hap-
a dang thing, right?
Well, we just do this. This flips. This flips. This flips. It's now considered captured. So the Phoenix is taken from the board, put into basically a little holding pen, and we just take a level 2 creature marker and put it in our barracks. And the Phoenix is now off the table.
All right.
And with that, we're left with just the wood person there, and all of us are exhausted because that's all we could do on our turn.
Except me.
And you, Berline, have the ability to turn and actually kill that tree. Maybe.
All right. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then use my third one to turn. So now I'm behind it, right?
Yes, actually, Matt, am I modded? Would I be able to post a link to the instructions for them?
Yeah. No, I don't know. How do I do
Let
it?
me find out.
Is it in the thing?
Here, I'll send it via Discord over to you.
All right.
There you go. Those are the rules.
All right. And Control C. There you go. Trankin, did that come through as a link for you? There you go. All right. Okay, so now
and yes, Terrican, there are no attacks of opportunity or anything
yeah.
in this game.
And
'cause
I'm not going to be able to kill this thing, but I'm going to swing at it because I'm here, right? So
where are you?
I'm behind it now, so I'm going to do 2 damage, 4 damage, so
Yep.
6 damage plus 2 dice.
Yep.
So we'll go. And so 7, and I get a self-heal. Yeah, so I get a self-heal, but I can't go above my starting, so 18. But I do 7 damage to it, and it has a shield. It has defensive 1, so I do 6 damage to it.
And you're behind it, right?
Yes.
Let me just double check. So you're behind it. I just want to check some any other like damage effects that happen. I know that there's definitely.
Oh, we can take these claw tokens off and move the Phoenix off of the table, right? Because it's now back at camp.
Yeah, so because you're at its back, it's going to give two more damage.
Right. That's why I moved the way I did, because I wanted to get behind it for those 2 damage.
Yep.
All right, so it's down to 9
already.
health,
Okay, that's down to 9.
and we're all exhausted because of our. I was the only one that had an
So-
activity left.
So go ahead and flip a card from the instinct deck.
Okay, and that's it.
Sentinel activates. So when the Sentinel activates, it gets one of these little spawns in here next to it, and the spawn will. We'll just put it here, I guess. It just says adjacent, so it could be. There's fine too.
All right,
And
it's going to target itself. What's that?
Yeah. So one thing it does is it halts, means it doesn't turn, it doesn't do anything. It's right where it is. As soon as target itself. If at full HP, you activate the skirmisher and then discard. So it's not at full HP. What you're going to do is you're going to destroy the skirmisher that's next to it that just spawned, and it heals itself for 3.
So he gets 3 health points back. That's all.
Yep, and that's what happens this round.
All right, so he's back to 12, and the
Yep.
Phoenix is actually gone. So
And we go back to us, and I don't think Zaxos is going to be in range, but Zaxos, if you want to start moving, you can to him.
Yeah, because I can do turn 1, 2.
yeah, you get movement at 3. You can get over behind it.
Yeah, but he can't. He has only a range of pretty much adjacent. He
Oh.
won't reach it.
So
Yeah, I'd only get to be here.
because he
Yeah,
was
that's-
facing the wrong way to begin with.
That's right. You got it.
Okay.
You got it. And then
Okay. I was thinking you could change your direction if you were moving also.
Wait, I have a question.
Oh, you know what? Don't do that. So you're not blocking my line of sight to him.
Oh, that's fair. My question real quick. So
Yeah.
my teamwork ability. Do I have to be facing the enemy to attack him? I assume.
Yes, and it has to be adjacent to you.
Right. I was gonna just stay facing the wrong way and then be adjacent to it.
Right. Yeah, I'd stay right
good
there
idea.
if you can, or maybe turn and start moving down this way.
Alright,
Maybe.
so I was here. I could go.
Or you can even just go like right here, not take your full movement.
Well, actually, wait a minute. Where was he? Okay.
I
Yeah.
was here.
Yeah, he was
So
there.
so he has to actually turn first, one before he runs
No.
in this direction.
No, he doesn't.
Because he could go 1, 2, 3.
Well, what do you mean? Like you don't want to?
Block a lot of my lines.
No.
of sight.
But so I was thinking
He
that
would-
you only had to
he'd
use a
block
move. You only had to use a movement if you were just rotating and staying where you were. But he would actually have to. He can't. He
yeah.
can't just rotate when he's going.
No. The move, like you have to you, however you want, no matter what orientation. But to move your orientation from the way you're facing during
right.
movement, you
All
have
right.
to pay one movement.
Okay.
Okay, and you said if I was here, I'd be blocking your line of view.
Yeah, because I can move 3, and I'm probably gonna go 1, 2, 3 here, and so I have
Okay.
line of sight
Then
to
what
attack.
I'm gonna do is
Actually,
keep
he just
facing-
goes first. We can go in whatever order we want.
Oh, that's
Okay.
true. I could just go first if you want to do it.
I was
that
just
way.
gonna move here like this.
Oh, you could do
But
that
then,
too.
but then you would. But then he would be using his turn. Don't we want to kind of see what?
Oh, I guess yeah, we could see what happens. I don't have a way to push the enemy toward him though. I don't think anybody has knockback, right? Any of you guys?
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't think I do. But I guess I'll just 1, 2, 3, and just go with my attack.
You only need to do 12 to it, and you're behind it, so +2 for that.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that. All right, and I have an extra 2 if I cripple it. So
Oh my
that's going to
gosh.
be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right. And the star means
9.
you crippled it.
No, 9. The cripple's passive. The star. Every time I roll a star, it counts for 2 damage instead of 1.
All right.
So
Okay.
total of 9 damage and
And it's got a shield of
so-
1, so 8 gets
yes,
through.
8 damage, and then but for the next person that attacks it, there's no
All right. Well,
shield
then
on
we
it.
have Anissa go on over there and stabby stab.
So
My
did you
base
guys
damage is 4, so
You guys moved it down.
I did.
Okay, and I'll just put this little marker on it.
Because that's what we're going to get when she kerplunks it.
Yeah, and her range is 2, so you need to be 1 more space. Yeah.
oh, it's pumped up. I have whatchamacallit.
Oh, okay. You use your
Thanks
thing.
for checking that, Drankin. Drankin says, looked it up. I checked, and Will's entirely right. You could have kept drawing Phoenix cards and taking damage until you hit a
Yeah.
non-Phoenix card.
That's what makes it nasty. That's what
Yeah.
as we were going through, I was like, am I but then could have actually wiped us. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, nasty.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, there's 5 in the deck. Well,
Star.
max would be 15. Well, not to everyone. Anybody who had their hooks in, it would be 2 damage every time. So max would be like 10, I believe, if there's 5
Yeah.
cards in there. Yeah, surely we can handle that. But that's the thing, like with the Phoenix, if you go for it before you take out those other enemies. Like if we went right for the Phoenix, trying to take it to half or kill it and then take it to half, and it didn't pay attention to those other enemies, and they would all be attacking us while we had the hooks in.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be detrimental.
That would be bad. All right. So Anissa did 5 damage to it. So she wiped out the bad thing.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
Okay, so when we kill it, we get a horn for destroying it. So we get a little horn over there, and that's it. Congratulations, guys! We now head back to the encampment. We took out all of the hunt,
All right.
and actually, I'm going to answer a question Tyrion had. So the card, if you want to focus on this, Matt, the Gilead.
Uh-huh.
So if the Phoenix is activated, so Phoenix has on activation assigned 1 damage to all seekers. Because we had hooks in, the Phoenix can't activate, so that 1 damage is not applied on top
right.
of the other 2 damage.
All right.
So should we have taken 1 damage when its rebirth thing happened? Would that have been activation then?
No, that's not an activation.
Activation is
The
when you
Okay,
turn
cool.
the card over.
Right. The rebirth,
Gotcha.
the activation specifically is only when an instinct card comes up as.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Still getting the terms down slowly.
Right.
Got
You're
it
good.
almost.
All right. So we go back to the town here now.
Yeah. So we go back to town now. Here's the cool thing about in the encampment, we have a total 5 action points apiece. Okay. So first thing before anything else, the second we enter the encampment, because our barracks is at level 1, we all heal each other, heal ourselves for 5 health.
All right.
So I'll go ahead and apply that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You guys go ahead and change your health and raise it 5 points. Now, the way it actually has to be done is in order. So basically what we'll do is we'll go around the table and I'll say, what do you want to do with your action point? There's a few cool things we could do, but let me just write down some names here. And this is the way that I've done it in my head. But basically, I draw spreadsheet on my own like tablet here, and then I just track the points that we're using so that I know if anybody has any points left. The reason this is important, we need 2 players in the encampment with a total of 2 action points left to be able to scout the next location. If we run out of action points and don't scout the next location, we're stuck at the encampment for another round. It's not necessarily bad, but we don't get any gold and we don't get an ability to really level our encampment. And the next time we go out, it actually gives us like a debuff to our encounter. It could hurt us.
All right.
All right. So basically what we're going to do is, who needs to heal? How much health did everybody lose?
I'm back to max.
I'm
You're back
good.
to max?
I'm
Nissa,
1
you're
away
good?
from max.
Okay. So basically
Same.
the best way to do this is I will say, I'll go first. I am going to use 1 action point to visit the Temple of Vil, and I will heal myself back up to max. All right. So that 1 action point of my 5 I use to walk into the Temple of Vil, get my 2 HP back on top of the 5 that we got from the barracks. And you can, if you look on the bottom corner of the encampment board, it tells you exactly what happens. So you can heal a seeker for 2 HP per action that they spend at the Temple of Vil. Now, the issue that happens is there's a maximum occupancy based on what level the Temple of Vil is. So if all of us got beaten really bad that round, only 2 of us during this first round will be able to spend time in there. So there's a chance that somebody might miss out before we have to leave with the scouts. You know what I mean? So now, obviously, the next one, Matt, I'll wait for you. We'll say Jake is going to spend his action point and heal himself to full by visiting the Temple of Vil. Right? Sound good?
All right.
Sure.
Okay. Now, the other actions we could take, and I'm going to reference the rule book here because this could be a little complicated the first time you visit the encampment, but it's not crazy complicated. Once you get the gist of it, it's not that bad. So you could take a ton of different actions. You could upgrade a building. Now, upgrading a building actually doesn't take any actions. We could spend the gold we got from exchanging that creature, but I'm going to mention really quickly, to sell the creature for gold, we actually have to go to town to sell it. And that's that actually is going to take a bunch of action points. So we could upgrade a building when we have the gold. We can visit the market, and Silverstrem's market, that's the town. In order to do that, 2 seekers have to spend 3 action points apiece. And then both of them go to town. And there's 3 things you can do in town that don't cost any action points once you're there. You can sell creatures, you can hire workers, or you can purchase the materials to build new buildings. If you don't go to town, you can't do any of those things. Got it?
All right.
So, with that being said, we've already healed at the temple.
And we have how many action points while we're here?
So 5. We have a total of 5. So Jake and I have spent 1. Matt and Anissa, if you guys want to go to town so we can get our gold for the creature we captured, do you guys want to do that?
I got no
I'm
problem
fine
with that. Yeah.
So Matt and Anissa spend 3 action points to go to town and sell that creature. When they get there, they're like, okay, this is the creature we got, and we're looking for a fair price. Fine. We trade in our creature, and we get 2 gold coins, 1 for each level of threat that the creature we captured had.
All right.
While they're also in town, now Matt and Anissa start talking to each other, and they're like, what are we going to do with that gold we just earned? We could go and look for some workers. Each worker that we recruit is going to cost us a gold. Or we could buy some building material to build a building we don't have in our encampment that we might need. Or we could just bring the gold back and we can upgrade a building to the next level for 2 gold points. Now, keep in mind, going from level 1 to level 2 buildings is 2 gold points. Level 2 to 3 requires 3 gold coins.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's.
kind of,
Go ahead, Anissa.
I was just gonna say I'm kind of selfish, and I think we should build the workshop. It's a great building, and I want the base damage increased.
So now this is a good, really cool thing to think about. So the way I would do it as a player of the is since you guys spent the actions, it would be up to you and Matt what you guys do with that money, in my opinion, like lore wise. You know what I mean? Like you guys are the ones the trip down. Like the rest of the players, because they didn't spend those action points and they're sitting at camp, you guys can be sneaky and do what you want to do with those coins. That's my way of looking at it. So you guys talk amongst yourself.
Yeah. So what do we need? What do we need to do to be able to build a workshop? What do we need as far as materials?
Tirican says hiring workers is free, but only once per visit, and he actually has a really good point. You guys can kind of like look at the worker pool and not hire any of them and spend the money. But if you choose not to do so and not even look at what's available, you're kind of missing out. But it doesn't cost any action points to look at them.
Okay. So we're here, but we're in town. We can just look at the workers.
Yeah, you guys can just
Are
sort
you
of like
shuffled back?
Yeah, they do. So even the one that's worth 2 gets shuffled in now, the trader. And I'll just move this over here and we'll shuffle it.
But if we look at them and they get shuffled back, doesn't that just mean that we lose the chance of getting it next time if we look at it prematurely?
Well, yes and no. It's all random anyway.
So we're going to pull 3 cards out of here and look at them.
Yeah, go ahead and pull 3 cards and choose one. You can choose 1, 2, or it depends. It depends.
We only have space for 2. Right?
We only have 1 more. Yeah, we only have space for 1 more.
All right.
So you guys sort of walk past the market, and this is already
place 1 captured 1 threat, 1 or 2 creature on this card. Oh, so we can actually capture a creature on this card.
He counts as like a pen, basically.
Yeah, at the beginning of the next encampment phase, training may not be used. The same phase creature is upgraded. So we could actually capture a level 1 guy and get 2 gold out of it with him.
Right.
The Acolyte.
Well, one thing I believe we actually need the pen to be able to bring him in as well.
Yeah.
Just like the Acolyte we could bring in, but we need the buildings that.
Yeah. Well, that we already have that building though, so.
We don't have the Beastmaster, but we do have the Acolyte build.
Right. And we don't have that. So, can we just fire workers if we get somebody we like better?
Well, right now you guys can say, hey, listen, thanks for your application.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right. But I guess my thought is if it doesn't cost us anything to take one of these.
Well, it does. You have to pay 1 gold.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was okay. It doesn't take any actions, but you have to pay for it with gold.
That's correct.
Yeah. I don't. There's nothing here I think is worth a gold. What do you think, Anissa?
Okay, cool. I didn't think so either. I didn't want to be like,
You don't want to be that. All right. So now, while we're here, can we buy materials to build the workshop, though?
You can. So you could spend the 2 gold and get the materials that you need to make the base workshop, level 1 workshop.
All right. So we don't actually have to physically figure out which ones. It's just a matter of you have to spend gold and be at town.
Yep. You have to be in town to do so.
I said we drop this gold and get a workshop in this. So what do you think?
Yeah, and then we can also do the Seeker's Manual if you want to later on, because we'll have resources.
Well, yep. Now, and we'll talk about that too. But there you go.
Yeah, let's build a workshop.
So you guys go ahead and spend the money and build the workshop.
Right.
So we get workshop level 1 now in our encampment.
So we all look at our cards and see if we have any. I don't have anything with the workshop.
So
on.
That's right. So Zaxos now gets also a little unlocked thing on rune work. When activated, he gets +1 magical defense.
Right, but I have to spend my action to do that, right?
No, it's a reactionary thing. So, like, if something attacks you, it's a passive. So you could only do it once per round, but yeah, you get 1 extra magic defense.
No, if it's got a cross on its passive, it's just forever.
Well, right, but this marker still needs to be flipped when it's done. Sort of.
Really?
It's like, it's like it could be done. You're right. It could be done as many times as you are right. Maybe it doesn't even require that.
Because I think the little triangles are the things that you can only use once per round.
You're right.
All right.
You're right.
All right. It's all good.
You're right.
All right. So, I see this. So the simple prayers.
I could have taunted the monsters.
Yeah. Battle
and
cry.
then
Give it the rebel
and
yell.
then
I don't get
anyone else
anything
get a-
special here.
Let me just double check. I don't think I do either with the workshop. No,
I would like,
do not.
yeah.
And Anissa, you get nothing special out of this.
No, I do.
Um,
I get the heavy thrust. I already put it down.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I was so aggressive about it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. She's like, oh, look, Xenagos got...
Wow, this Phoenix Fire thing, if we get to level 2 on the Vim,
Zaxos.
whatever that is, I can heal an ally or myself within range 4 for 4 health.
Right. So basically now, you guys both spent 3. Jake and I spent 1 point. But that's it. Our encampment phase is done unless you guys want to do it. And so if you guys, like, the funny mistake that can happen, if you opt to scout before you do anything else, it immediately ends the encampment phase.
Oh, I
and you
got
guys
you.
have to go back to your next encounter.
All right. So but I have 2 action points. I don't have any health that I need.
You have 2 left. Now, the other thing you could do is you could visit the workshop, but the workshop technically we just built, and it's not going to be there until we come back from our next encounter.
Gotcha.
It says that the upgrade does not take effect until the next encampment. Let me just double check if on building, purchase buildings. Each building costs 2 gold. Place a building token on with normal Roman numeral once, or Roman numeral 1 facing up to show the building is now part of the encampment. The new building may not be used until the next encampment phase. So there you go. So that is not there until next round.
All right.
When we get to next round, we can crafting recipes, a piece of equipment that can be hold on one second, I'm just looking. Encampment action, buildings required to make these. Oh, okay, the building is required to make the recipes, not you can still hire those workers, but the recipe that is required to build the certain things. That's what that icon is in the corner of that worker card. So you could still hire them, but you won't be able to build that recipe until you have that building.
Yep.
Okay, so that means that training guy, he didn't have a recipe, right? He could have just been there.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah. Name of the equipment. Add a new. So it says add a new skill seeker. Who
We do have that building though, right?
Each seeker can bring only one.
We don't have a
equipment
pin,
card.
no.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Equipment cards are activated. Skills. New equipment skill. Okay.
We have
visit
that
the-
building though. We have that because that's just the seeker hut. That's not
Right.
for Monster Hunter. If that's what you're asking about.
Scotty. Okay, so now 2 of us have to spend 2 actions to end the encampment phase and begin a new encounter. We're good. We
I
have
got
that.
2 of them. Yep.
We have that.
Is there
So
anything? Because we can't do anything else anyway, right?
pretty much we can't. We now these things are going to stay here. They sort of sit in our little inventory of like the things we are collecting to build. But next time, since we have the workshop, we could start looking at like the creatures that what they produce and figure out what we want to kill to be able to make the Seeker's Manual.
All
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So now we clear the wilds off.
Yeah. Yep. Clear everything
All right,
off.
you guys want to play one more round?
I'm good with that.
It's already
Yeah, I
midnight.
can do that.
I'm good.
Now,
I agree
I
with
wonder in
everything you guys
Tabletopia if there's a way to save the state. Like, what happens if you wanted to keep going?
So the thing that you do in Tabletopia is just go back to the lobby. Everybody just goes back to the lobby, and the room stays. It's a persistent room.
I got you,
until
that's right.
until the person who opened it closes it.
There you
so you can actually run this as a full campaign if
Yeah.
you wanted to.
All right, so the round marker goes to 2.
Yep. Round marker goes to 2.
How many rounds again?
So 10. Well, so 10 is the full game, and that's why it's like a legacy light game too, because you're not really going through as much story. But there's a really cool thing with their campaign, and there hasn't been a lot of details released on it, but there is an actual scenario book that there is a lore story that you follow. If you do this, then this happens beyond
Alright.
the normal hunt mode.
Yeah.
So there's going to be an actual like cool story mode that you'll be able to follow and go through. So what we'll do is we will pull the scout cards back together.
Man, I kind of wish I could win.
Wait, am I not allowed to enter since I'm on the share?
No,
right now?
you're all right. It's just me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I already entered, man.
I'm the only one
Too
taking
late.
the high road here.
Oh, not just you.
No, yes, right. Will too.
No, the way Honest looked at it is like as a thank you to our community, our growing community.
Oh,
the
yeah.
giveaways are helping us with that. I would never want to pull that away from the people who are joining us for this,
That's
because
right.
it's part of, like, you guys eventually, is the hopes of our community, like the Geekspiel community, will help prop us up as we grow. And if you guys want us to keep doing this amazing content and bringing more people into our community and keep growing, then eventually we're hoping that's the supporter community sort
Totally
of goes
right.
in
Yep.
alongside
and we're all I've been tossing around the ideas of things like letting Twitch subscribers have automatic entries in the drawings that kind of come up.
Right.
So if you're in the drawing tonight, you've automatically got one if you're a subscriber, and then you enter it again for a second one. So now your odds of, I don't know, that kind of stuff will come along as we figure this all out. But for now, right. I got enough games.
It's a grand experiment, the whole Twitch streaming thing, and we're just happy that we have people tuning in and enjoying the content. Producing, to be completely honest.
All right, so here's the thing: is I hope the setup goes a little faster, because it took forever to set that scenario up. So now we do it again. So now we explore, right?
Sort of, yeah. So the only thing I have to check is now at level 2. I think we still keep only the level 1 encounter cards there.
All right.
I'm going to say yes. I think it's not until 3 that.
I thought it was like odd ones or something.
Well, what ends up happening is, so right now, threat level 1 cards are the only ones we're searching to go into the encounter. At level 3, level 2 encounters, level threat 2 encounter cards are now added to the scout deck. At level 5, threat 1 are removed from the deck.
Oh, yeah.
So you're only doing threat 2. Then at level 8, I believe, threat 3 are added to the deck, and at level 10, threat 2 are removed from the deck.
So you better be getting more powerful by the time this. Yeah.
Correct. There's a whole
progression.
Yeah, there you go. See, Tirakin. Thank you, Tirakin, for being a part of the stream tonight with us too, because that helps. Instead of me always have to look at all this here. So we're gonna pull 2 scout cards, and we're gonna choose from the 2. So we got the Phoenix again if we want to do it. Or we get Jekka's Tears. Now, Jekka's Tears, all creatures have +1 to advance prior to attacking.
I think we try something different, just for the sake.
So, yeah, +1 to advance just means that they get to move 1 more space in advance if they don't pull a halt card. So let's go to Jekka's Tears. We'll do that. And then we just need to put all the level 1 creatures in. I'm sorry. So we need a level 2 River Guardian. And I think that one's going to be easy to pull up. It's right there. That's why I sort of did all this pre-work.
Yeah.
The River Guardian level 2 is going to be our main dude against. Ooh, yuck. River Guardian's special ability may only be damaged by adjacent attackers. So that's going to be fun.
That means I have to get up in its face.
Yeah. Now level 2 or level 1 deck of creatures. Where do we have that over here, guys? Anybody?
I have touched nothing.
I'm down here trying to get these cards. Oh, I'm just sorting things out that we used.
I think they're here. This is level 1.
Yeah, they're underneath.
Okay. Oh, they're underneath.
Like what? They're like stacked. Yeah. So you find the level 1 character and
right. I have the level 1s all over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I want to make sure we put all the ones that were out back in. Those are not it. Let me just make sure.
Yeah. Here, this is where the tedium of this platform comes in. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
these
9.
over here?
Are those level 1s or 2s? Those are level 2s, right? 3s. Those
Sorry, I was way too zoomed out.
So I just have to double check the count here. So there's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's where they are. Some people put them back.
I did.
Okay, got it. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure I had everything. 5 and 5, so 10. And then, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead while you're setting up those instinct decks. I'm just going to shuffle this.
I don't even know what creatures are going into the instinct deck. I'm just cleaning these up.
Well, that's what I'm going to find out right now.
Oh, okay.
And again, let me just double check as it's So 3 creatures at threat 1. So 1, Demon Wretch. 2, Horned Golem. 3 Lava Fiend.
Oh, all new ones.
So yep, all new ones. So I'm going to put these guys sort of in here. And this is the way I mean, I suggest you guys do this. There's probably a way that you can with, but there's really no like board that has like an encounter like layout for you. But I just put it down here in like almost like a cross pattern.
Yeah.
All right. So the instinct decks we need: Demon Wretch, River Guardian, Horned Golem, and Lava Fiend. And while Matt's getting those together, if one of you guys can roll a d6 for me, I'll look at the next scenario. And Tirakin, go ahead and join me within your instruction manual, and you could take a look at the scenario that we're going to roll here.
The number is 2.
The River Guardian is the last one.
The
third one? Yeah.
Lava Fiend, Demon Wretch, River Guardian, Horned Golem.
Then Lava Fiend. All right. So I got all 4 of them.
And Will, in case you missed it, the number was 2.
Number is 2. Uh-oh. Surrounded. Your expedition into the wilds has taken an unexpected turn as you and your fellow seekers have become prey to the creatures you were supposedly hunting. Surrounded and with few options, you ready your weapons and hope the monsters aren't as good at fighting as they are at making you look like fools. Creatures are going to go first before us on this one.
All right.
And they are surrounding us essentially. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in the middle at the river, we are going to be located. And we all are facing south. So I guess doesn't quite matter.
Well, put me in the back then, just because I have more health.
Yeah, let's. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put 3 or 4.
What page is the scenario on?
The scenario is on 15, page 15.
All right.
In the instruction books.
Oh, surrounded? No.
Surrounded, yes.
Okay.
We rolled a 2, surrounded. So I need to place the enemy tokens now. So number 1 is going to be the River Guardian. That's going to be in the number 1 position. So where is our River Guardian? He is right here, somewhere.
The furthest from the river is our River Guardian. Not much of a guardian.
Hold on a second. Where is the... Is this his card? Is this his marker? Yes. So number 1. And again, the setup, once you have the board in front of you, a lot less time than Tabletopia, to be fair. Number 2 is going to be by the roses up here. And it is the, I guess, whatever one. So we could just go with Demon Wretch.
It's the one on the left, yeah.
Yeah, so the roses up here. And he's going to be facing south. Then number 3 is going to be... Horned Golem is going to be on these white flowers. And number 4 is going to be at the waterfall.
Lava
right
Fiend.
Here. So Lava Fiend, I'll put 4, and he's there. And which one was this guy over here? Is the
Horned Golem.
Where's the Golem's marker? Did that disappear somewhere?
Hey, it's my fault. I put the card back in the wrong spot.
I got it. Oh, wait. Did you? Where? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Yeah, put him. He is right there. You got it. Now, he is facing east as we are surrounded. And then the obstacles, there's going to be 5 of them this time around. So let's start rolling that dice.
Oh, sorry, Drankin. I was...
The number is 4.
4. 4 is going to be a full cover. So it's going to be one of these guys, and we will place it... where am I going to put it? Right. We'll start left to right. Down here. Okay, full cover there. Then the next one is going to be right here on the map. So we're going to roll it.
1.
1 is partial cover. And that's this little symbol here. And where did I say it was going to be? Right here?
Partial cover. It looks pretty serious. A skull with an axe buried in it.
Yeah, it's actually the token that they're you get with the expansion, which is part of this the giveaway, is actually like this. It looks like a fallen creature basically, and that's partial cover. The next thing, partially dead. That the base of the vine is the next one we're going to place. So go ahead and roll that. What do we got?
It is a 1.
1 is going to be partial cover again. So partial cover is going to be at the base of this vine. The next one, go ahead and roll it.
Yep. 5.
5 is a thorn brush.
That's all I wanted. Because monsters take damage from knockbacks too, right?
Yeah, if you push them into it. Thorn brush goes over here. Let me just double check. Rounded. Yeah, right there. And then the last one we have to place is right next to the face up here. Go ahead and roll it.
5.
5 is another thorn brush. And it is right by that face. I'm just going to confirm. Yes, that is where it goes. Okay, and the board is now ready to take us. You guys made the instinct deck already? Yes?
Yes, yeah, 20 cards in it. All 4 of the monsters are in it.
All right, shuffle that up. And they go first. So let's see what happens.
Hey, I have a question.
Actually, go ahead.
I was going to say, because we can position ourselves like in
Yeah,
our
now-
little square, right?
But we cannot change our orientation. So those 4 spaces, but we're all facing south.
What I was going to say is, does someone want to switch to me so I'm in the back since I have the most health?
Go ahead. You can do that.
Yeah, I have the least amount, so I'd like to stay in the front row.
Yeah, so we could just do this, Zax. Let's put you... And Anissa, what's your health? Oh, you have
26.
dodge.
I have a ton of health and dodge.
You have that dodge. So let's do this. Yeah, I think this is going to be our best bet.
I'm driving a Chevy here, so I'd rather stay up front.
And looking at this, I think this scenario is built in a way that we actually want to let the monsters sort of come to us and use our range based on the situation we're in. And I think we're supposed to use some of these cover points down here.
All right.
Theoretically.
All right.
Well, that's good because then they're adjacent to me, and then I can wail on them when you guys hit them.
Kind of, yeah. That's what I'm thinking is what this is. The way this is supposed to play out. Okay.
Right.
So let's go ahead and
the card is the Lava Fiend.
Okay.
He's gonna attack the lowest MDEF that's nearest.
All right. Magic defense.
And I've got 1. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I don't have 1.
He's going to do a careful advance, so he'll move 3 spaces, and he will then attack the lowest magic defense in range. Now,
which is Anissa.
Which is her.
She's got 0.
So he will go 1, 2. Actually, he'll probably stop right there because I think she's in range. He has a range of 3. Does he even move at all?
Yeah.
Probably not, right?
No.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, he'll hit her from right there.
He's going to throw a lava bomb at her, huh?
Kind of, yeah. And so careful advance is magic attack. So its range is 3, and base damage is going to be 3.
Yeah.
And 4 dice he gets to throw.
Oy.
Somebody else roll that. I'm not rolling that. Roll your own damage. See how much.
Right.
Do I still get to sidestep if it's magic damage? I don't have magic damage defense.
It's anytime you're attacked, you get to use sidestep. So on any defense, you get to go ahead and roll attack dice. So for you, I guess that's the best way to do it first. Use your sidestep, and then if you want to trigger your bonus dice for it, you could do so as well by flipping the tile.
Apparently, careful advance means
that's a passive though, so it
as
doesn't super
far
matter.
away as he can.
There you go.
Yeah, he'll stay as far away as he can.
So
right?
Yep. There he is.
Is that our awesome viewer?
Yeah, Tira
can like doing amazing things in chat for us tonight. Like,
It doesn't matter which one I do first though, because like either way I get 2 die because it's not an ability, it's a passive.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So what does it say on your special thing?
That was not my defense. That was their attack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I was going to say roll your defense first, because if you roll the defense and it just ignores the attack altogether.
Why would it matter? The order, because they roll 2 die either way.
It just means that you wouldn't have to roll the second
The other dice.
second set of dice. But okay, so that was you rolled their attack, and his attack basically means that you will be getting
4 damage.
Base damage 3 plus another 1.
Right.
So 4.
Ooh, and it also damages all enemies adjacent to the target.
Yeah. So it's good stuff because all of us are going to take that damage.
Yeah, we're all he's threw lava at
Hey.
us. I guess we're
Yeah.
By the way, in case it matters, if he has to move as far away as he can from range, he might not hit all of us.
Well, no, it's
No, but
adjacent regardless.
It's adjacent. Yeah, it's
Oh,
splash
never mind.
damage from the target. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a really bad card to get on this scenario
Yes.
setup.
Yes, it is. It's
right.
really, really bad.
So here comes a lava bomb for 4 damage. And
I blocked 1 attack.
oh well, you
Well,
rolled your
wait,
special
well,
though. So yeah.
Yeah, roll your special.
That was the special. That was 1 special. I
Yeah.
rolled 1
Well-
special.
Well,
Good.
but it says on your sidestep, on the defense roll your attack dice. Oh, on a special, you ignore the attack altogether.
Yeah.
So you rolled a special and you ignore it altogether.
So you don't take
So
any
you-
damage.
Yeah, you don't take any damage. And now because she ignored the attack and she sidestepped it, does that mean that the rest of it doesn't trigger? Is the question?
I don't know. The lava kind of landed on us.
That's
I would think
that's-
she'd duck out of the way and we'd all get hit
Oh,
with
sorry.
it.
I didn't roll enough die. Okay. I'm super confused.
You're
by
still
that
fine.
text.
You rolled,
You rolled
one
the thing
special,
you needed. So
you're fine.
I thought each special negates 1 attack.
No, it's if
This
one,
only
if you
is
roll
one
a single
attack.
special. Yeah, if you roll a single special, it ignores the entire attack. It would say ignore 1 damage if it was.
oh, all right. Trankin says ignore means ignore whatever the attack describes. So
Woo!
so the lava just sailed right on by into the river and it's now just a rock.
Wow, who said we should move characters? Because that was a good call.
That was
Jay,
perfect.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
good. I'm wiping my brow after
So that
one,
was
'cause
literally a fizzle sizzle in the creek with the lava.
right. Thank God.
Thank goodness. All right.
So now we get to activate. Now you can see why each creature doesn't activate though, because just that one attack would have been brutal
Right.
enough to really put us in a
right.
bind.
So out of curiosity, what's our we want to just kill everybody here? Is that what we're doing?
So we could capture
All right.
another level 2, and then with that 2 gold, upgrade a building when we get back. Like based on what our encampment looks like, I think we were going to want to upgrade the pens or buy the pens next time we go in. So we're
Right.
going to need at least 2 gold to do so.
Yeah.
Because right now we're kind of, I wouldn't say we're behind, but we definitely want to start being able to capture more creatures to get
Right.
more gold
Right.
to build a better
So
encampment.
at this point though, we want to kill off things and then hold on to the River Guardian. Is that our plan?
I would say so because we can't, without 2 gold, we can't do anything. Like,
Right.
if we just capture level 1s,
Right.
it just doesn't do anything for us.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and no one's gonna give us a heart because you still need a heart for that spell. Even though I feel kind of contrary because I kind of thought we should do the temple because I feel like more people benefit from it.
What temple?
Oh, the you mean upgrading the temple hut? Yeah.
Yeah.
Upgrade that-
Veil-
upgrade
what's
that
it called?
temple, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at skills and stuff. That's
yeah.
why.
She was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not even looking at skills, so
Yeah.
you
We'll
could be
get
right.
let's get some gold.
Yeah. So
All
okay,
right.
let's go ahead and so like based on that, who do you think we should activate first? I will mention that if we go after the lava, he on his defense he assigns 1 damage to any adjacent attackers.
So you want to kill him
So-
from range?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then should I go after? Granted, I have no idea if I actually want to do this. Should I try and go after the horn golem and range field, try and take out the lava guy?
Probably. The only thing that sucks is so the horn golem has 5 base defense on us.
Right.
So like you're gonna have to really, really put work into hitting him down.
Yeah.
Now looking at we didn't really look at abilities. Boiling blood. So demon wretch on defense, apply bleed to the attacker, and it doesn't matter the range of the attacker. So like that means that anytime we attack the boiling blood, or anytime we attack the demon wretch, we're gonna take we'll take 1 bleed token. Now, Berline, is your heal your heal to heal other people open yet? No.
No.
Crap.
Right.
Crap. So if you don't have a heal, do not attack the demon wretch.
Well, here's the thing. I basically can only attack 2 of the creatures without getting hurt.
Well, then why don't we have Will
Mhm.
go first? If he attacks a horned golem, then
Well, if I'm adjacent to the horn golem and Will attacks it, then I can also attack it again.
I was just thinking that his attack would take the shield off because that second attack would.
Oh, I could cripple it. Yeah.
Yeah, he would cripple
Right,
it.
but as ISB, if I'm near it, then when he cripples it, then I can get that.
Oh, in response, you're right. Because the
Yeah.
cripple, after I attack him and cripple happens, then you attack again, and that
Oh,
all that
yeah.
damage will go through.
Yeah, all right, yeah. So
right,
attack,
so you're-
then he
I mean,
cripples. then
I guess here's the question, because I'll either get 4 dice. Well, no, okay, I'm wrong, because I have, what's my attack? It's normally a 3.
3.
Your attack is base 3 and then 3 dice.
Yeah, so you know what? If you attack it first, then when I attack it, I'll have a chance of dealing more damage.
You're right. Correct.
Yeah. So Matt was right. I apologize.
So I will just, I believe I could move through you, Matt.
Okay.
I believe I can. I hope I can. That's a question that has to be referenced.
Well,
Let me-
yeah.
I'm going to say that I can. That'd be 1, 2, and then 3 for me to do my full.
Move. You only took 2. Do you think it takes an extra move to go through? Oh, you have to turn. I see.
Yeah, it might. It might take an extra move to go through you. Or yeah, I'm not sure how that.
You got a
pans
range
out,
of
but-
2 now, so. Take
Yeah,
a shot.
so I can hit. So I'm going to go ahead and roll 5.
Oh my
shit.
gosh.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I'm gonna cripple that's 10, 11. But he negates 5 of it. So
Hey,
that's
we didn't put the monsters on the board.
the tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, hang on, because Trankin says you can't move through other miniatures unless you're flying.
Oh, I can't vault or anything, huh? So I gotta let's rethink.
Let's go back to our
here then.
strategy here then. I'll move you back.
Yeah. My range.
Try and find the little
is-
cards while you guys are doing that.
My range is 3, so if I go 1, 2, 3, that's not going to work.
Mm-mm.
1, 2, no, that's not going to work either. So I'm stuck, kind of having to.
Well, I
target-
mean, what was my turn going to be? I mean, do I get out of the way?
Oh, I guess you could back up, but then you lose the ability to.
Attack anything?
What's your range? 4.
No, 2 is my range.
Well, you know what? You could probably. Let me look, because if you go 1, 2, what's your movement?
A
3.
3.
1, 2. Well, you have to turn, face it, so you can't do that.
Right.
And one thing we want to make sure
Well,
we do.
no.
is
I have. I could go 1, 2. Oh, I'd have to turn again.
Well, no. So, like, if you did that, if you did turn 1, 2, 3, so turn 2, 3, that would work. But then you're blocking my line of sight still.
Oh, and this thing over here is in the way then. All right.
Right.
All right.
Now he doesn't have any magic defense though. So, like, you doing
Right.
that to him, you could do pure damage to him. Well,
Right.
I set up on the lava guy if you want to do that,
Yeah.
and we could just sort of like pick them off. You guys could, the 2 on the left, you guys can work on those 2, and as we work on the ones on the right, and this.
Yeah,
Work on the lava
except
guy
that
on
the
the
whole
right.
thing was we wanted you to take. If that's going to be the case, then we want
Then
you
I
should
should
go
go
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You go first.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn for
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. Right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
All right. Then I'm gonna attack.
Although Anissa can go after he goes, and then I can then move into.
Right.
got it.
Well, that's
And
true.
the 3 of us can actually attack him,
Yeah.
and
All right,
Anissa could
so-
just put like a volley in on the lava guy.
I'm attacking though first, right?
Yeah. You're there now.
wait,
This is
hold
your
on a
turn.
second. Oh, okay. Sorry. Tyrkin said I have to move lava. Sorry. Thank you. Because of he had the ability to move back 1 more and
To
still
get
be in
away
range
of the range. You're right.
Yeah. Yep. You right.
Yep, absolutely right. Which means by the time this turn is over, we'll be out of his range anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If he gets
So-
activated.
I just dealt 5 damage.
So you did 10
Which-
damage, so 5 of it got absorbed, and you did. All right. Nice.
Oh wait, how did I do 10?
Well, I don't know. He has a physical defense of 5.
Right, so I did nothing to him.
You did nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
He's.
But I'm next to him.
That's
Well, I
right.
can't do anything. There's no reason for me to be over here. I can't
Yes,
do
there
any
is.
damage to him no matter what.
No, well, except until Will goes, and then
Right,
sort of.
he's disarmed.
Well,
Or
only
he's-
for
Right.
one attack following my attack. My cripple only lasts
right,
for
but
until its
he
attack.
actually does an attack automatically when somebody attacks a monster adjacent to him. So Zaxos would get another attack in.
That's true. That's true. All right, so let's I guess have a Nissa.
I would say, yeah,
Get
her.
a heavy thrust though. If I were to be adjacent to them.
Yeah, but
If
you don't
wanted
want to be adjacent to him because that's going to block my line of sight on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I'll just take a cheap shot at lava then if I can't block. And
How
I
far?
can't
How
go
far away
closer.
is? How far away is your range?
I have range 3.
Yeah, stay
Yeah.
3 away from lava.
Yeah. That's right. And he only has a health of
Um,
10. You might be able to.
You could probably put some work on
Put
him
hurt
because
on
he
him.
doesn't have any. He has no defense, or yeah, he has no physical defense. So stay out of his adjacency.
I don't move. I'm still in range if I face twice.
You only have to face once. You only have to face once. Like facing once does like each time doesn't take an action. It's only one
You can
action.
go whatever
face
direction you want, right?
Oh, that's so much more convenient than I thought. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I am in range, right? Yeah, because that's
That's 3.
just on the edge of.
Yeah.
Tierenkin said he's going to treasure the moment of us acknowledging him in chat. He's going to clip it and download it, frame it. That's really cool, man. We
Alright.
really do appreciate you being in chat.
we would be messing this game up entirely without Trankin. All right, so you're going after lava, though, so you want to be facing the other direction, to the right. Right? Isn't that what you would want?
She does, yes. She wants
Okay,
to be
I said the
facing-
right, but actually your screen is probably pivoted different than mine. And she actually needs to go up one to get out of your way,
Yes.
or
she
else
does.
you wouldn't be able to get through there.
That's correct.
All right.
That's correct.
Okay, I get the first part, but I don't get the second part. Oh, because you moved me up.
Yep.
Yes. You have to move up so that I could
So he can get
move
into the middle.
into this space right here.
All right, so now roll your.
I think
Go ahead.
it doesn't really matter. It didn't super matter, I guess, the direction. And I don't do any extra damage, so it's just 4 damage. Minus whatever defense.
There's no physical defense on the lava fiend, so you do 4 to it. So it's down to 6.
Yep. Very good.
All right. Yeah, I'd say go ahead.
You want me to put the cripple on him?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Can you go up? Oh,
I can't. I'm still okay. He's in my line. Couldn't still
Okay.
move.
okay,
1,
I could
2,
get up in between
and
it.
he'll
All
be
right.
in range. Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and do your thing.
Yeah. So I will go ahead and I wish I could have kept that same roll, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to cheat like that.
All right, that was a good roll.
That was a really. Oh wait, how many do I roll? I actually need to roll one less.
There you
so
go.
it's 5, right?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
There's
3 and 2. That's 5 total. Oh no!
You have to actually damage cause cripple, don't you?
I'm gonna cripple. Assign 2 damage and apply cripple token. No, it'll actually, like, it just automatically, I think, assigns 2 damage. So I hit for 5 plus the 2 for cripple, so it actually does 2 damage and then the cripple. So only 2 damage to him, and then
But
cripple.
that actually triggers Zax's attack.
It does, yes.
All right.
Okay, so I will.
You roll 4.
You're a 4
And then
dice
whatever-
attack.
Yeah, and whatever
Yep.
damage you roll is.
I can do this. Come on, Tabletopia.
You can do it. There we go.
I just realized we have to get these markers. Did we put these markers for these enemies
3.
out?
Say
I
that
did,
again?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I did that while you guys were figuring out your placement. I did 3 damage to him.
All right.
So
he's-
total of 5 damage. To
All
him.
right. So
Right.
now,
He's
does the
down.
cripple stay on to the end
No.
of the round, or the end of it, and then
Nope.
to the next attack?
Only the next attack, and that counted as the
All
next
right.
attack.
So I still have an
but
attack. Go ahead.
You do, and it's magic, so his defense doesn't matter anyway. 'Cause you have
Right.
magic.
All right. So I'll go rotate 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And I have a range of 1.
You have you
I have a
actually
range
have
of 2. So I guess I could just rotate and stay right there, right? Because I can.
as long as you could draw a line to the target.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that
got a-
I think
got
that
a
would
shot
work.
Right through there. All right, I'm going to stay back then, just to be safe. I've got
Yeah.
a 4 magic attack plus 2. So we will roll a dice. I get 1, so I've done 5 damage to it.
So you do 5 damage, and damage brings him down to.
Mhm. Oh wait, recalculations. I can roll 1 or more attack dice once. Boy, I don't think I've been doing that. No, same result. But
Hey, what does fatigue do, by the way? Sorry.
I don't know.
Fatigue. Why?
Yeah. Because if he's attacking him, if I attack it, basically, I was going to ask, is it worth me even rolling the dice? Like, does fatigue affect him?
Well, is it? Did you already attacked him, right?
But I attacked him, and he's adjacent, so he gets another attack.
Right. Yeah. I think when you attack, do the damage for fatigue to actually hit,
Gotcha.
like some damage. No, it says on special, so I'd say if it triggers, go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
Oh no, you know what it is? I think in the rules it says these are just pure attack dice. The
Yeah.
specials that normally trigger during your turn don't apply to these rolls. They're just
Okay.
they're just pure damage.
All right. So we'll knock him down 5 more. That's this critter here.
Yeah.
So I actually did more damage to him than anybody else, which is unusual. All right, but he's down to 7 now.
Tyrion can sense fatigue and inflicts -2 speed on next activation, minimum of 1.
Gotcha.
So, okay. I think we all gone.
I have, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All gone.
Okay, so we activate the creatures then.
Sorry, I forget about the little blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me too. All right, so
There's lots of
activating
tokens.
the instinct. Instinct is for the horned golem. No.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So
and we're
he
all right
halts.
up in face.
He halts and then heals himself for 4
Oh,
and
are
gains
you?
1 defense. Oh no, he gains 1 defense if he's at full HP, but he's,
Oh, he's
not,
not.
But he gains 4 health.
Yeah.
It goes from 7 to 11.
All right.
Okay. All right. Now we activate again.
That's better than him saying completely eat someone if you're adjacent. You know.
That's true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. This is what I think our best bet is. I'm going to just go ahead and attack him, and then hopefully cripple him well enough
And we
where
can finish him off. Yeah.
right, and then you attack second, Zaxos, and then all your damage purely goes through, and then Matt could just
If he doesn't finish it off.
Try and
Right,
sweep him up.
right.
Yeah.
and then in this. I'm sorry you're not included as much in this, but we're just trying to get this guy down as fast as
She
possible.
does some pretty decent range damage too, though. Yeah.
She does.
But I mean,
So
Zax
she could
is
technically
over it.
turn
Zax is
if
right
we
over
need
there,
her
though.
to.
So yeah.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and activate. And where's my?
Out of curiosity, is it like D&D that if you have movement left over after your attack, you can move?
I didn't see that in there. I don't think it. I think once you in phase, then you're.
All right.
I don't
Tyrion
think
will
you
tell
can-
us in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrion will let us know, but I'm pretty sure you move and then you attack. So I only did. I don't think it hit. 2, 3, 5 total, and then I could cripple again.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Two-
so I
two
hit him for
damage.
2.
All right. So 9 and crippled. Now it's Zax's turn.
Yeah, and I shouldn't do I should use my actual attack, not a roll for this.
Right, because you're yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although,
So,
oh yeah, I gotcha.
yeah, because I'll at least do 3 no matter what.
Yeah, but does his reactionary thing count as an attack? Or is it teamwork? It counts as Will's attack.
Teamwork, no. So teamwork is in response to anytime. So if he went first, if we went before any of us, anytime one of us attack, and the thing is adjacent to him. So basically, it specifically says once you pretty much tag somebody, if an adjacent enemy is attacked. Oh, actually, he can do it. He can activate it right now.
Yeah, it's a passive, and that's what I was wondering.
He can
my
activate it
question
right
was, would it consume your what did we put on it? You put on a
it would. It would.
Your debuff.
We don't want. He doesn't want to do that right now.
But hang on a second. What's your character's name? I want to look at your card. You're not Fanny. You're
Ilithina.
Ilithina.
So yeah, cripple enemies with cripple have 0 defense until after they are attacked. So the second they're attacked again.
And if it does say that, then because my ability says 4 attack dice attack against the enemy, so I assume that means it would do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. The whole idea of teamwork thing would be, I would just feel like, I mean, thematically we could get into it on lore and whatnot, but to me this just feels like I'm just taking a swing at you while you're distracted with your other attack. So I would say that we could resolve Zaxos' reaction as Will's attack. Like he's doing it. He's punching him at the same time that you're shooting him.
Right. I guess that's
I don't know.
That is essentially that's definitely a design question or greater. But
right, because one thing to think about is would he just roll and add his 4 dice into your damage? Would be
right? Is it additive just to my damage? But because it's right, I think it's make a 4 attack dice against. It says specifically make a 4 attack dice attack.
Yeah, otherwise, you're right. It would probably say add it to the other.
It's a separate. You're right. So it's a separate attack from my own attack. Yeah.
All right. So I'm not going to use that reaction though, because if I don't do it and I attack on my actual turn, I at least do 3 damage no matter what.
So Tirakin is asking us to zoom in. So zoom in on Zaxos' ability. So basically, my ability states that when I apply a cripple token to a target, the next attack the target no longer has any defense until after they're attacked again.
Right.
And then Zaxos' ability allows us to attack. It allows him to roll 4 attack dice to any adjacent enemy that has been attacked by one of our guys. And once that is done, that we're basically asking, is Zaxos' attack part of my damage, or is it its own attack, and does it go through but then fizzle my cripple or
clear the cripple token?
Yeah. I think it's
I'm fine playing it that way too. Your way.
All right.
And,
so then
I'm also afraid that here's the situation. You can't. It's not an optional thing.
Yeah, his thing might not be optional, right?
Yeah, it says specifically if an adjacent enemy is attacked, you have to make.
It doesn't say you may, right?
May, yeah.
But really, he gets 4 attack on it.
Yeah, so it's still good.
Right, but
and
okay. Well, then here's my question. Then, so would fatigue work on that then?
No. Well, yeah.
If you roll the star.
Would I be able to fatigue him with this reaction, basically?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Why?
Because these specific attack dice, it's not part of your core abilities.
All right.
Your core abilities will activate only on your turn. These are just pure damage dice, basically. Like they don't do anything special and activate any specials when they're rolled. Okay,
that was the part I was getting confused, especially because it basically makes there's like 2 different types of attacks.
Right. And as you guys are watching, like these are actually, it doesn't discredit the game, I would say, in design wise, because like these are conversations you have with any game.
Yeah, right.
Like especially when you start thinking of like,
right, when it's a complex rule set, right?
Yeah. Has doubts. I don't know what he has doubts or what they have doubts about yet, but
he's saying fatigue would work.
Yeah,
he's saying it would work
if you get a star, right?
Yeah.
Right,
but he did not get a star.
You did 2 damage to it, and it consumed the fatigue.
So he took a total of 4 damage from between the 2 of us, right there.
All right.
Wait. Oh, because he took 2 from your. All right, gotcha.
2 from my cripple attack.
Well, Stolen already moved him down 2, so he's back down to where it was 7.
He said, Tirakin says, see page 9, so he did reference it in the rulebook. Thank you, Tirakin, for being awesome. Again.
Yeah.
Tarankin.
Honestly, Tirakin, sometimes it's more fun to do this, to sit and watch a game and figure things out.
Yeah,
Tirakin's going to be the better player of all of this when it's all over. So, all right. So now it's Anissa's in my turn, one of our turns.
Well, technically I haven't even attacked yet, but
Oh, that's right. No, you did.
Yes.
You attacked because
No,
you
that-
moved over there, didn't you?
No, he didn't.
no,
yet.
that was
okay.
last turn.
Oh, okay.
He can go ahead and attack.
Right. Well, basically, I was going to ask: is there any reason for me to attack, or should someone else attack before me?
Well, yeah, because I can do, I could do some damage to it. I'm going to do 4 base damage, and he has no magical defense. So I could, in theory, do 6 damage
See if
to
you
it.
kill him. See if you kill him.
I don't even have to move for this. So I'll go and see
Yeah.
what I can do to it here. And I rolled 6 damage.
Tyrankin, absolutely. You know what? That's one thing I'll definitely give credit to for Robert and Lazy Squire Games. The rule book is very, very good for this.
All right.
Considering all the things that are go into this.
All right, so I did 6 damage, and it's got no magical defense. So it's down to
Yay.
1.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, and actually he gets another attack. Oh, you can't outroll the defense.
I
though.
can't. Yeah, I can't do anything to him.
No,
He can't outroll the defense. Are you sure?
no, because the
I only have
defense is
4 dice.
5. He's only got 4 dice
No.
on his
at
attack of
Zaxos.
on his attack of opportunity.
Oh, you're talking about the opportunity one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it.
Like
Well,
I could
you
attack
still
him.
get Fatigue.
You could, you still roll for the fatigue, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. All right, let's find out.
All right.
Man,
Fatigue is there.
I can't wait to. Hey, he's fatigued.
Yay,
So what does that mean now?
Just if he activates, he gets -2 to his movement.
All right.
But I think he's going to die anyway.
I think he's only got
Is
1
that-
hit point. So
So we have two options here. We could have Zaxos go, or we can have Nissa turn around and just shoot the guy in the head. And,
I'd like this guy to be dead, and if Zaxos can kill him, because he can't get to anybody else, so have him try
go
to
ahead,
kill him,
Zax. Yeah,
and then
Zaxos,
Anissa
So-
can turn and fire on
I have to
somebody
get. By the way, I have to get 3 on my die to
Yeah,
kill
do
him.
else. Right.
Do
You only
it.
need 1 damage, but you need 6 total. So yeah, you did it
All
that
right.
time,
That's true.
and you didn't do it this time.
I want you to know that it's a little delayed from your screen to my screen, so you disappointed me even more.
I let you down before you were let down, huh?
Well, because you had the end, and then it went down right as it ended.
Oh, so you don't have any special attacks, right? You just have the.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So you could have.
River-
Yeah.
Sorry, River Guardian is our main target to capture this time
All right.
around.
Yeah, like, as soon as we get to River Garden, I can just wail on him and we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we. What do you think? Should Anissa try and kill this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
We need it dead.
We need.
Unless
dead.
you want to do that, turn around and shoot it.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna shoot the lava again because I'm the only one.
Well, this
facing them.
thing's got 1 hit point left, and if it activates, we're all in a. It
Yeah, I
could
guess
heal
that's
again
fair.
or whatever.
Oh yeah, because you guys have all gone because you're all focusing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess
we're
I'll turn
trying
around.
to.
Yeah, I guess I'll put my little tired token on there.
Oh, yeah.
You need to move, I think, 1 closer, Anissa. Yeah, you have to move 1 closer to it to be in range. Your range is 2.
Range is
Unless you-
3.
Her range
Well,
is 3.
if you activate, you have
Passive.
to activate your passive. Got it.
Still hit. It's still still in range.
Yep.
Do nothing.
Oh
Oh,
Because,
no way.
her base damage is 4. She wouldn't have been able to do any damage to it anyway. This. Oh,
I
Gar,
would
we
have
weren't
had
paying
to
attention. I
move
wasn't-
closer to do a heavy thrust. I forgot about the whole 5 defense.
yeah.
Yeah, because then it would have been. Well, it changes. Heavy thrust just changes your base damage to 3 instead of 4. So you would have had. Yeah, you wouldn't hit anyway.
Right.
You wouldn't
I
hit
thought it
anyway.
was assigned 3 base. Oh, okay. It's assigned to me 3 base damage and then do 2. Okay,
Well,
never
no.
mind.
The way I'm reading it is that you assign 3 base damage instead of the 4 normal, and then 2 dice. So
yeah, that's
your
what I
normal-
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't really. I thought it was like I do 3 damage and then I roll 2 die, and that's,
Well, that's
the
a-
ability. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's right.
But your normal is 4 base and then 1 dice. So basically, just adjust the distribution of base damage and the dice that you respond with. Okay, yuck.
That's
So
kind of a
all
weird
this
ability
activate-
then. It makes her weaker than.
Wait,
Get knockback on specials.
Oh, you
though.
get the
That's why
knockback. All right.
And
yeah.
I don't normally get 2 die. I only get 1 die normally, and it's to adjacent target.
Right.
So
Right.
I can
Yeah.
do more widespread damage.
Yeah.
Assign damage straight up applies damage. So does that apply another base damage on top of your other base damage? I think it just replaces your damage the way it's written, Tirikin. Anyway.
The way Tirikin's talking about it is what I understood it to be. But because
and maybe-
it's to adjacent targets, not to the main target.
Well, you know what? That's the thing. So, and here's what, here's what it is. Remember, attack is an action.
Right.
And you can only perform 1 action per turn. So heavy thrust is done in lieu of your main action.
Right. So there is
So-
no. That's right. It isn't attack. It's just he takes 3 and 2,
That's correct. Yep.
All right.
It just changes the nature of your
Yeah.
attack.
which
That's
kind of
what that
thematically
arrow
makes sense
means.
because now you're in there hitting with a spear instead of throwing it. So. Yep.
Oh, and he's right. Assign base damage and 2. It means that it ignores all.
Right.
Assign means she would have been able to kill.
So if she would have
adjacent
stepped in,
with heavy,
Yep.
heavy thrust.
but she wouldn't have had enough movement. Oh, she has 5 movement, so she would have. Yeah. All right.
Got it. So she didn't have the option to move it without
Mhm.
moving first. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we messed up, but that's okay. That's okay. Live and learn.
All right. So,
So
now
now-
we start turning over bad things.
Here we go. Bad thing. Lava
Lava
fiend.
fiend,
So enemy farthest enemy is the target, and
That's me all the
range
way.
is-
Yep.
the range is it's a magical attack. The range is 1. So where is place the creature? Oh my god, he warps to
Oh
you.
wow, yeah. Okay. Okay.
All right. So he warps over to you, and he then does a range 1 attack of 4 base 3 dice.
Magical.
Go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll your own damage. You have a defensive magic of 2.
And they have he gets how many damage? How many dice?
He gets 3. It's
All right.
4 base damage and 3 dice. So
All
go ahead and
right.
roll those and see what kind of damage he does to you.
2.
2. So that's a total of 6 damage. You negate 2 of it, so makes it 4 damage
All
that you
right.
take. So you take 4
Oh, wait,
damage.
you're right. That isn't the furthest.
Who is the furthest?
me.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, it was Axos. You're right.
So you take 6 magical damage.
Yeah, so you take 6 magical damage there.
Wait, is that after I soak 2?
No,
You
you
also
would
won.
take 4. You have
So
2
5.
magical damage.
No, he's
I have
got
a
an extra one because magical.
Yeah, I have a magical
Oh.
defensive 2 now.
All right.
Yeah, because he has
So
that
yeah,
ability.
you would soak 4 of it. You would take 4 of it.
Okay, so he dealt 6 total
Correct.
before anything happened.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool. I
Yeah,
just want to make sure.
4 automatic, and then I rolled nicely for him.
Oh,
Cool.
that's
So I'm down to 26. That's what I wanted to make sure.
This lava fiend has to die too.
Well, now
But this guy-
he made a mistake. Now he's all up in our grill here. So
Right, but
Somebody
the funny thing is, like, he messes up your line of sight for the.
no,
golem
I'll
as
attack
well.
him, and then
Splash damage.
yeah, splash
All right,
damage.
this
Yeah.
fatigue goes away from the golem, and
Ooh.
we go ahead.
Let me go. Let me go first then, because
Yeah.
I would do 2 magical splash damage and kill them both.
Well, but again, the golem is not inside of you.
Right.
because-
He doesn't have to be because he has to be adjacent to the thing I'm attacking.
Oh, because okay, got it.
So I'm going to attack the
Got it.
lava monster.
That's actually really smart. Very
Yeah.
good.
Hey, real quick, before you do that.
Oh no, don't do that.
Yeah, Ham, before you do that,
All right.
can
Read lava fiend.
one of us, basically one of you two, can move out of range of it? I'm going to get hit no matter what because I have to be adjacent to it. But if you're adjacent to it when you attack, you're going to take 1 damage. So you might want to move.
we all have to. So let us do our thing first.
right.
I think here's the best. Here's what I think we should. So you attack the golem first, move behind it, and attack from behind, and that way you get 2 bonus damage for attacking from behind.
But I'm going to automatically kill that. If I attack
yeah.
if I attack the lava fiend,
That's true.
I'm going to
So, I
kill
mean,
them both.
So technically, then, if you want to, Zaxos, you could just move. Like you could go 1, 2, 3, and start moving up the field.
Well, he's not going to kill the lava fiend though. That's the thing.
No,
Oh,
that's
so
that, and I
you're
wanted
gonna-
him to be adjacent to the lava
Oh,
fiend.
okay.
Yeah.
So
let's.
Hmm.
I think this is what we should do
okay.
because it's. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. Range
yeah.
person.
Anissa.
Me
Uh,
too.
Yeah.
I have to move away.
Right. I was going to say if you move away, attack one of the other creatures, and just be out of the way.
Okay.
Then you attack, be out of range, and then Matt can step back, attack the lava. I don't know
Right.
what your range is.
2, so I can do that.
Yeah. He could
So you
do
can
that.
step back, attack the lava. I'll take 1 damage. That's it. And then I can hit it and take another. And then if I need to, I can always heal myself.
Right.
That's true.
So
Yeah, we'll
I say
kill
we
them
do
both.
that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
everyone takes the
Uh,
least amount of damage.
Yeah. So So you guys want me to back up and
No,
attack?
go move north and start attacking the next thing because we'll kill these two.
Well, I have range. I have a lot of,
Yeah,
so I don't have to like run right
So
into
you-
them.
as long as you move out of range of the lava, you go wherever you want.
So I have a movement of 3 and a range of. Sorry, movement of 4, range of 3. So I could go 1, 2, 3.
You're basically going to attack the Demilich though, because you can't hurt the Guardian.
But the problem is I don't have a heal, and the demon reach has bleed if I attack it.
Oh, okay. So it
Demon
hits
Wretch.
you. Oh,
Yeah, there's no range on that. It means that
okay. So
It applies
basically,
bleed.
you're just gonna move and not.
although
you-
his movement only saves taking 1 damage. Do you want to just take the damage and then have the ability
yeah,
to
that's fine. That's fine.
right?
I'll take the damage from the lava fiend. Yeah,
Because then you still have your turn.
yeah, that's fine.
All right, so I'm going to take 1 step back.
That
And
yeah
then
should be line of sight.
I could
Yeah,
I
okay.
could move 2 and be down here,
Right.
but I
Right.
think I'm going to stay here because I think I do have line of sight.
Yeah. okay.
And then I'm going to make a magical attack against the lava fiend, and that's a base 4 plus 2, and I got 2, so I did 6 damage to the lava fiend, and it's got a magical defensive of 1, so I did 5 damage to the lava fiend.
Okay, so 5 damage to the lava fiend. Oh,
Right.
he's already that low.
He's down. Yeah, he was down to 6.
Yeah, he was pretty low.
So now you've
Oh.
got a attack of 4.
Well, and then you also did splash damage of 2 magic to the
Right.
golem, right?
Right, on that attack. Yep. So that actually
Right.
he's down to 1. So that he doesn't have any magical defense. So that guy is gone.
Golem's dead.
I take 1 from the lava.
And so
I
does,
took 1.
right.
I also took lava.
But-
So where am I?
I might be able to kill the lava fiend right now.
yes, because you
Right.
only have 1 damage left. Yep.
So could I move before you do that?
Well, it's
No,
a
'cause
reaction.
This is a reaction to. Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, but that sucks because now I'm going to take 2 damage. We're
well,
both
yeah,
going to
but
take 2 damage.
remember,
That's
I have to take it no matter what. Unfortunately,
That's fine. So you did 4 damage to him, or 3?
Yeah. So that killed
4.
him.
You did all 4, and I take another 1 damage, and you take another 1 damage.
Yeah.
But now he's dead too. So now we get for the lava, we get a blood. For the golem, we get a horn. So a blood and another horn.
So here's the question: do we try and go after the? I'm guessing we're taking the demon out last.
Probably, but see, well, so I
have
can't.
the highest health, so I feel like the bleed's bad, but like,
Well,
or-
could you heal? You can't heal at all, right?
no, but like,
So, well, this is what I'm saying. The best thing we could do is you and I could take the river guy down to half health to get him ready to capture, while those 2 guys pummel the when they get the bleed,
Yeah.
because they
I
both
guess
have
fair
heals.
enough.
They both have heals, and that'll mitigate it.
How long does the bleed last? Until you heal it?
Matches fire through an ally, he said.
Was that?
Oh, you might have.
We talked about.
No. He didn't, because he killed this thing right here, which within range and line of sight, because you don't draw a line from the corner to apply to that. I think within the field, unless you might be right. I mean, that might be not.
Well, that's a
illegal.
good question because I had enough movement to move down here and not shoot through them. I just decided I thought this was good enough, and
so if
I didn't
the
want to
target
have
was
to
here,
run that much further. So
target was here.
center to
And
center, says Trankin.
Yeah.
All right, so
Center
I
to
should have moved
center.
down here then.
Oh no. Oh, center to center. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So you still would have been fine, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe you wouldn't have.
No, well, I would have because I have a range of 2. So my shot was still good. I was thinking I could stay here and then not have to run as far to get up and
Well,
fight the next time.
But he's saying center to center. So, but if
Right.
if you were here and you were going
I have a range of 2, so that's
right,
yeah.
but does it have to be center here? Is what I'm asking. Because if it has to be center there, then it wouldn't. I still would have been in the way.
No, you wouldn't.
Would have been in the way. I agree with that reading of that.
He
We're
would be
right here where my finger is.
That's
'Cause,
where
like,
I was.
in the picture, it's like the person in front, and then
Yeah.
the space behind them is red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Got it.
So I did have to move down. So I moved down.
Okay, that's fine.
Legit. All right. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right. So I still have my movement.
You do.
And your attack, right?
Well, I can't attack him because I won't be
Can't
in
get
range,
close.
but I can
Yeah.
myself.
Move up to the
1,
demon.
2, 3. Yeah,
You're
you'll
fine.
be in range. 1, 2. You don't have to
Oh,
turn.
wait, yeah, I will be.
Yeah, you will.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, buddy. Nice.
Then I'll go ahead and hit him. Hey, can you give me a bleed token ready?
Yeah.
Bleed token on the ready.
Come on. That's total of 5.
So
So
how
you do-
slow is your computer? I was looking
so
at.
that he takes all 5.
Nice.
He takes all 5 and then applies a bleed to you.
Okay.
So the demon wretch is where he's here. So he goes down to 10.
Yep.
And then honestly, I'm considering just like YOLOing it and just putting a bunch of damage in that demon wretch.
And Matt, it wasn't that slow. I just wanted to give anyone watching the stream a brief moment of,
Oh.
let's see what the dice do.
Well, don't worry because they're going to get the sound at the same time they get the video, so you don't have to.
yeah, that's why I was doing the
Oh,
slight.
I got it. It was a little dramatic.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So he has to be, if he's at 21, half of 21 is going to be 11-ish.
Yep.
So 16 is what we have to get him down to be able to capture him.
Yep.
So, Anissa, if you want to attack that thing, then go ahead and do it. What's his defense? The river
1.
thing?
1 for everything.
Yeah, do you want to? Well, so what do we have to knock down to? So we have to knock it down
said
1,
to
2,
16.
3, 4, 5. So we have to knock it down 5 health.
Yeah.
Put it at 16. Could she do that?
My base is 4. I was gonna try and heavy thrust, which would give me a base of 7, which might be too
Yeah.
much.
It would.
actually.
It wouldn't though. It wouldn't give you a base of 7.
You wouldn't actually get the base attack stuff. You would actually just do the 3 damage and then roll the 2
You would
die.
do. Yeah, you would. Well, you would do purely. You would do everything you roll because it would ignore any armor. Because the sign means you get 3 base damage and
that's
then whatever
true,
you
yeah.
roll on the die.
And are the 2 die just? It's 3. It's 3 BD and then 2 die.
Right.
But
And
can I
then
still attack with the 2 die?
No. Well, yeah, the 2.
Yeah.
But no, you can't. So basically, the 2 die, when you roll them, they are attacks. So if you roll 2 stars, then you also do knockback plus 1 damage for
Yeah.
each one you roll. So basically, you could do a maximum of 5 damage with heavy thrust.
Yep.
And that's it. And then if you get the knockback.
But that's all
That's
she could ever do with the other one. She has a base of 4 and 1 die as her base
Well,
attack.
right. It's more guaranteed 5 damage than the other one if you don't get through the armor, because the sign just means that you ignore armor.
Yeah.
It's like penetration.
In fact,
basically.
it's the only way she can get to 5 damage. She can only ever do 4 because the regular attack has to go through the 1 armor.
Right.
So you definitely want to use that attack.
Yeah. Use that. Go adjacent to that one.
I think I
And then
can go around, right, and put them toward. Oh, I guess we don't want to push them into the thorn bush now because we're not trying to just murder them.
No, we're
I mean,
trying
it
to
wouldn't
grab
hurt.
Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt, and honestly, Yeah, if you're behind it, you'll get 2 bonus points, and I think you have enough movement to get behind him if you want to do that. 1, 2, 3,
4.
Just remember, you're gonna be near the demon now, though, too.
If I really wanted to get behind them, I could just vault over them.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
yeah. But I mean, doing this is fine. Like where you set up right there, that's fine. Use the heavy attack, and if you push him into the bush, then then it does even more
Yeah.
damage.
So he's gonna take 3 plus 2 dice that you roll,
Yeah. So roll your dice and
and
see
if one
what,
of them's a star, you knock it.
I don't know what knockback is. How many spaces?
Right, and you got it. So you
Okay,
did 5
so-
damage and knocked it back.
Yeah. So 5 damage plus knockback.
4 damage, right?
No,
5.
3 assigned, and the star is actually a damage too.
Oh,
Correct.
okay, yeah, sweet.
So you did 5 damage, knocking into what we needed, which is 16.
Yeah, and then we
then-
don't know how far the knockback goes. 1 space or 2.
They said 1 field when I asked earlier.
Okay, yeah, so that makes sense. So 1.
I think you're right, Tarankin. So yeah, one just gets knocked back. So that we're fine. So, but now he's in the range to be captured.
Yeah.
So I can move. Well, I'm not gonna 1, 2. I'm just gonna move here and then turn 3.
Hang on. Do we need to kill the thing though?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill this one. I'm gonna kill the
Okay.
demon.
All right.
Just because I'll put as much as I can into the demon, and
All right.
turn will go. And but anyway, so I'll take a bleed token, but when we get back to town, it'll
right.
take the bleed.
I'll also get to
Hopefully,
attack the demon when you do that.
Yeah,
That's
you
true.
are, Jason.
That's true. So I'll just roll my.
Wait, does that mean I'll take another bleed token? Is that a
It
thing?
did not.
No,
Franklin, thanks.
no bleed token. So I actually asked on the campaign if bleed token stack, and Robert did get back to me and said it does not. He said that'd
Oh,
be too
good.
brutal. So bleed
Okay.
Yeah, it would be.
last night the way we played it, we actually had him stack, but we were still able to mitigate it and survive it.
All right.
So I roll 5, and then my base is 2.
Just so you guys know, it's going on 1
Oh,
o'clock.
I think
so,
it's dead. I think it's dead. That's
much damage
6,
did you do?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage.
12 damage to it. And
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't
it
have a
had
sub.
I only had 10.
Yeah, so yeah, I did 12 damage and I take a bleed token.
All right.
And he goes back where?
Just all the way over where just let it down. I'll take it.
Okay.
Whoosh.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Illithina is super powerful.
All right. Yeah, as long as there's not attacking something with the 5 physical.
And
Yeah,
when
so-
do I take that bleed damage, by the way?
The bleed damage happens when you activate. So next round when you activate,
Start a turn, got it.
All right.
right. Okay, that's now we flip for the monster. Oh, and what resource do we get for the killing that one? Blood. Another blood.
How do you know that? Oh, it's on the next to the strength marker.
When you look on the card itself, it's
Yeah.
next to their HP. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So we're gonna go and we gotta just try to capture this. So first,
Well, we got it. Yeah. River Guardian activates.
Damn, it is an activation. Enemy lowest magic defense.
I have
It's a
2.
careful, swift advance.
Oh, good. It'll get over here close to us. So, yeah.
And that's still me, right? Because I have no magic defense.
Yeah.
Well, it possibly won't get near us because it's a careful
Oh.
as well. So it might mean that they. We'll find out. I have to look at it.
Because careful means it'll move as far away as
Right.
it can, but stay within
right.
range.
So enemy is the lowest magic defense. So lowest magic defense, it would be who?
See?
It would be
Again, I
Anissa.
have
She's
0.
got 0. I have 2.
Oh, and yeah, Anissa. So Anissa's right there. So it's going to back up away from her as far as it can to be in range. Which its range on this attack is 3. So 1, 2. Sorry, the way the Tabletopia works too, like when you rotate, it's like whatever your camera is oriented. So 1, 2, 3. This will hit.
And
from
for
here.
5,
And
because it's a level 2.
yeah, so it does base damage of. Well, it can move 5 away, but it has to be a range of 3. So
Right.
that,
Yeah,
that
I'm
keeps
sorry.
it
All right. I was thinking that was the attack on it. Right. It's a magical
Yeah,
range of
so-
3, 2 base damage, and then wow, it's going to roll 3 dice. So 2 plus 3.
Yeah, 2 plus 3 dice roll. Now, Nissa, you want to roll your own damage?
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I also don't get the sidestep because I already rolled that.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll those 3 right there to find out how
There
much
she goes.
damage it does to you beyond the base.
4.
So 4 damage beyond the base. So I'm sorry, no, it's a total of 4.
Total of 4 because it's a sign.
Total
Yeah.
of 4. 4
All right.
damage to Anissa.
4 damage. Cool
Yep.
deal.
Could have been worse, right?
I have a pretty substantial amount of health.
It could have. That
So-
could have been worse. So now it goes back to us. 1, 2, 3. I can actually grapple it this
All right.
round.
Get in there, throw a claw on it.
1, 2, 3, and claw. Where's my claw? There it is. I'll throw a claw on it, and I take 2 damage for throwing a claw on it. And I also take another damage. 1, 2, 3, because I have bleed. Damn. Okay, who's next?
All right. Well,
again-
I'll go because I'll close in on it here, but I can't heal anybody.
Right. How many movement do you have?
I have 3.
So you go from the south because then Anissa could come in and put a claw on it this turn, and you could put a claw on next turn.
Yeah, so I'd be here then. So that would make me 1, 2, 3. Yes, I can put a claw on it next turn.
And then Anissa, if you want to just move in adjacency.
Yes, I feel.
And we'll just put that claw in for you, and you take 1 damage. And then
He's
Why
not
don't
gonna,
you
he's
one,
not
not
going to get
two?
here.
he probably won't get here in time, but he can start moving there anyway. Just
can
in
he
case something
self heal though? Can he use his turn to?
happens. He could, yeah, he can. You want to heal yourself and get rid of that token?
Yeah,
That's all you would do this turn.
I go there. Yeah, well, I mean, I can. Oh, I can't even
Still
move if I do
you can
that.
still move. No, you can still
Okay,
move.
cool.
Right.
All right. So now,
So yeah, I'll do that.
All
I
right.
did take 1 though, so I'm at 23.
yep. All right. So now we see what we activate here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's dead. So we draw another one, and it's dead. So nothing.
So nothing. Perfect.
Yeah.
I
Wait, before you do anything, let me heal. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't end the turn. Never mind. I
Oh,
thought
this
it
is a
ended
new
the
turn.
thing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're right.
All right, so I have my claws in. Mine flips over. Anissa's flips over, but we each take 2 damage apiece.
All right. And I
1,
move
2.
1, 2, 3, and put my claw on it face up.
And you take your first damage for that.
All right. And then,
And then
I'm just going to go ahead and heal 3.
yeah, do
oh,
it.
heal yourself. Yeah,
Yeah.
do it up. Heal up. And then we.
I'll go first because
wait. First, actually, you have to draw.
Oh, yeah,
Hopefully
sorry.
Oh, wait,
we
here,
don't get.
I'll also move here in case for some reason it matters.
Yeah.
All right.
So this could be potentially bad for us. Let's see. Don't be a river
nothing.
guardian.
It's dead,
Nothing. Good.
and it's dead.
Thank
Yay! So I'll go first and
right.
flip my claw, and that's it, right?
Right. Well, we
Wait,
both take.
wait.
We all take 2
Should
again.
I heal first?
You can.
You can.
Okay, cool.
This,
Just wanna make
this
sure.
is your turn. Oh yeah, I got you. Heal before
1,
you come out of the. Before we come out of the.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I have to take another 2 because I still have bleed for those 2 activations I did. So.
All right.
Wow.
So I have to take 2 for grappling with it, right?
Ooh, I'm down to 11. That's brutal.
All right.
And I'm not gonna. And when I get back to town, I don't get the 5 heal because just the heal will remove the bleed token from me. I think.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to spend every one of my points in the temple to try to get some of my life
All
back.
right, but we're going to be done when we do this, so. I mean, right? We're not going to play another round, are we? It's 1 a.m.
Yeah, I'm not. We're not. I mean, I think
Mhm.
out
All right.
of it
So,
after this. But,
so we took our thing. So I flipped my token over, and we have captured this critter.
yeah. So this critter is captured. It's a level 2. We'll put it on a marker and our base over to critter, and then we could sort of examine the encampment and then call it a night. How
Yeah.
you guys want to do that? You
Yeah.
want to go back to the camp and see what we could do. So, as stated before, we could we each have five action points to take. So
Right.
who needs to heal is the question.
I do not. So I can be one of the two to take this thing to town and
so
sell it.
so when we get back to town, anybody else have a bleed token on them? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so my bleed token goes away, but I don't get the 5 health that the barracks provides. All of you each get 5 health from the barracks.
Right. I'm back up to full.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, and so you're back up to full with that heal?
No, I'm like 6 short, but I have a lot of health. So
Well, so then the question, basically, looking at the points, so I'm going to use the Temple of Vil.
You
Well,
two
actually,
should probably
We want to
do that.
upgrade that. That was one of the things we were thinking about
That's
upgrading.
right.
Oh.
That's the question. So we have two. Well, we have somebody has to go to town and spend 3 points. 2 people have to go to town and spend 3 points to go to town.
Yeah,
I can
And,
do that.
I can do it too.
Now the other option is you don't have to go to town. We do have to go to town to sell the creature. I think
Right.
that's required. So are you guys going to do that?
Yeah.
So Matt and Jake are going. So 1, 2, 3 for you guys. 1, 2, 3. You guys go into town, sell the creature. We get 2 gold. So creature goes back. We get 2 gold.
Yeah.
With the 2 gold, what?
I think-
now
Yeah,
you guys can examine that.
I think we upgrade the Temple of Vil.
What does that do for us?
Well, one, it makes it better for the heals that Will needs, and then I
But-
can cast a heal.
But it won't affect us until next encampment phase. Upgrading it now won't do anything for us until next. It'll continue to be a level 1 for this encampment.
Right, but when we go back out into the battlefield, I can actually heal you guys on the battlefield.
Right. Okay.
Because
got
that would be a level 2, and I get Phoenix Fire. Heal, sell for an ally within range 4 for 4.
Okay, so Temple of Vil. And
Yeah,
Temple of,
Matt can agree to that. Because if you have that, then next
Other
time
thing, what if we did?
you're not in town with us.
That's
Bring
my
it
money.
up that you should look at Holy Raiment.
Look at Holy
What's
Rain.
Holy Rain is his. That's we were talking about that. He's gonna be
We
able
were
to heal
talking
us.
about, I think it's a Holy Rain, or is it?
Oh,
2 different
barracks.
seals.
Yeah, so
Oh.
barracks.
Oh, yeah. I could heal. Yeah, but heal all allies within range of 3 for 1, or spot heal for 4. Go after
Where-
who's getting worked down.
But it's every
Oh,
turn though, because it's a passive.
Oh,
That is passive.
that's true. That would
So if
knock
we
those
stay-
bleed. That would make those bleed tokens a thing of the past.
That's very true. There would that it would mitigate bleed for future encounters.
I didn't see it was passive. That's cool. I was thinking I had to.
That
That,
is
was
cool.
going to be the thing I was going to live for. But yeah,
So that would require that we level our barracks up to another level, which
which
would
we
be
were
okay.
going to do anyway at some point, right?
Yeah, so we could do that. We can move the barracks up, pay 2, and just barracks level 2.
Does anybody
Everybody
else
agree?
gain anything from barracks level 2? Yeah, you get route. Zaxos gets route.
Nope, not yet.
Oh, we don't have the skull.
I do. I get luck of the elves when attacking. I may reroll
we-
all
we have
attack
that-
die once.
Yeah, we have that skull building or
Oh,
whatever that is, level 1.
Yeah. Then, well, I still don't get barracks though yet because it has to be a level 2 barracks for me to get.
That's what
it.
we were saying. Is we were talking about upgrading the barracks to 2 instead of.
So yeah,
Vil.
next time, if we basically survive this encounter into the next encounter, then yeah, if we do barracks level 2, then
Yeah.
me and you would upgrade pretty heavily.
Right. And so,
so
I can,
barracks 2?
yeah. I mean, we're
Alright.
we're done for the night anyway, right? So,
Right. No,
yeah.
absolutely.
Do we want to save this and come back to this another day off air
Of
just to
course.
play?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd like to make it through like a whole 10 rounds and
Yeah.
examine it and see like how the stuff changes.
Yeah.
But
Well, then I'm going to wrap us up here. This has been the end of the week. I mean, we've talked about this game all week. We've been looking at it.
Yep.
I was on the fence on backing it. It's pretty expensive, but there's a lot of things here to get into, and I think I like the gameplay. I definitely like the campaign feeling of this. Now, you guys, what did you play last night? Will you just attacked each other?
it's it's the same thing. There is no arena isn't available demo at this point.
Okay.
It's only the hunt mode is available for demo.
Okay.
So we did the same thing. That's how I was able to learn so much about it last night.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you
and,
played. All right. That's how closely
yeah.
I watched it. I was able to.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But for the 4 of us, when we actually made it through the encounter pretty quickly, and fine. The one thing I want to verify, and I figured out later, but the what's her name? The one I piloted, Lathina.
Uh-huh.
Her elven aim, it's on special ×2 is assigned damage. The way I read that is every time you roll a special, you apply 2 damage, and that's what we did this whole scenario, and that's what we did last night. The only thing that the other interpretation is possible is if you roll 2 specials, you assign 1 damage, as it is the way it could also be read.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was like, does that even make any sense? Because then why would you want to, like, if I have 5 dice and I roll like 2 stars, why would that make, like, how's that even like a special ability if I'm rolling 2 stars to make 1 damage? You know what I mean?
Can I ask what assign damage means?
Oh, that's right. Assign damage means ignores armor.
Right.
Maybe that's why. So that might.
So if you've got a critter with 5 armor, you can bypass that armor.
So we were doing it wrong. We were doing it wrong. I was making so that each of my stars was worth 2 damage. In reality, what it means is that any damage I roll, as long as I roll 2 elven or two specials, all of the damage I roll now ignores all armor. That's
I was kind of reading that as a max of 2 specials, but
no, that's what it means. But specials alone actually count. But it basically means that on some of the things that we fought tonight, I should have been ignoring damage when I rolled those stars.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So now it makes and they're saying please show it. So zoom into Illithine.
I've got it up. Yeah.
But basically, so the way it's written basically, as long as you roll 2 stars,
then you assign the damage, right?
Yeah, all the damage that you roll that turn is then assigned. All damage that you've actually done, including your base damage, is then assigned, which is much more powerful.
Which
than
is
I think
that then activates your cripple ability.
And well, the cripple ability is passive regardless. Like as long as you could do that.
But you would have burned through that critter with 5 armor.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The cripple part made me think that it had to be you had to deal at least 2 assigned damage. Gotcha.
Nope.
Yeah, and what ended up happening was the assigned damage is basically penetration, and that's the term that I'm always used to in gaming.
Right.
It just means that you
ignores
ignore
armor and does it. Yeah.
Yeah. So assigned damage in this game is equals penetration for any of those that might watch this VOD.
Okay, that actually makes her even more powerful.
I think it does. I think it actually makes it more powerful than we. So. But great, that was like a great epiphany for me at the end.
Well, and I think for me, this is a real enjoyment in the game is discovering these things and kind of working through them, and then you come right back and you work on the next campaign. There are a couple of games that are campaign-wise, like I love the RPG leveling stuff up, and my nephews are twins that came down a couple summers ago, and we played Castle Ravenloft, the D&D 4E one. And we really loved how the board got built, and you move things around, and you're the paladin, and I'm the cleric, and we work together to defeat this scenario. But you only ever, by the time you leveled up and became a little more powerful, the scenario was over, and you went back, and you were, and it just never really felt like you settled into anything because you were always knocking yourself back to start the next scenario. This really feels like we could sit down and play for 4 or 5 nights, 2 rounds at a time or whatever, and you're by the time of the end of the week, you really, Well,
that's the cool thing about it, since it's a 10 season season game, and that's why it's like a legacy light, because true legacy, most people who are used to legacy, it takes about a few months. Like you might meet once a week to play legacy, or sometimes once a month to play legacy. And I know a lot of people who play like Pandemic and stuff that they'll meet once a month to do a legacy session, and 6 or 7 months later they finish the game, and people like that. This is what's cool about this is you can actually minimize that and bring it down to, like, if you want to spend 1 week, you could do it, or even if you want to do it in a month,
or a Saturday afternoon. If you were experienced, you could crunch through this on a Saturday afternoon, right?
I think so, and that's even more fun. Like if you have like really really hardcore nerd friends like you, and they come in for like a weekend trip and they're hanging out with you. This is a game that you could put on the table and just like session it out and just have a blast.
I would have more fun doing this for 8 hours than I would like TI3, where it's all downtime. So
right. Because this isn't downtime, and there's so much active engagement and conversation between you as you work through these. And I think that's one of the great things about you can activate in any order and first.
The decision making that has to happen for activating, and I can see why, because the grid is tight. If you were forced initiative, you could get trapped. Right. Oh, you got to go first, so you can get out of the way. Otherwise, no, it's your turn. You have to go. Well, I can't go anywhere. Crap.
Right. And I think, the first times we played it and we were looking at like the only one monster activating around, we were like, oh, this seems a little easy. But we could see how that really snowballs and could go out of control real quick based on what happened, with the capture scenarios and stuff, and how if you're capturing, you keep drawing cards, if it's the same, if the creature keeps coming up, it's just like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm on this. I like this. Somebody's going to be one happy puppy when they win this thing tomorrow.
Tarankin says cripple is templated action but does not have the right icon. So it shouldn't be passive, is what you're saying? You're saying that it's a misprint? That might be possible.
It seems it seems really strong for it to be a passive.
Right. It is possible. It could be a misprint.
And it should be a what?
Basically an action instead of so basically you just assign 2 damage. You don't do anything else.
Yeah.
That's your action.
Right.
Assign 2 damage and cripple. And that's what Tyrankin says. Cripple does not make sense to be a passive.
Well, it ought to be something though, because if it were an action, then you would have to do that instead of your base attack. And
yes,
that wouldn't.
Yeah.
You would never do it. I don't know.
I think it's meant to be a combo.
Yeah.
Well,
like that. I was say that with Zaxos makes sense though.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, and I'm not sure when the final copy hits the table, but like the way it's printed on here and the way it's shown, that it makes no, well, and he's right, because why would you not, if it's passive, why would you ever not use it in a turn?
Right. I would,
like it's a guaranteed 2 damage added. And if you're behind something, I think it adds it you're adding it to your attack or whatever else, it's another 2 damage. So
setting it up would be worth maybe sacrificing a regular attack.
Yeah,
if you were setting up a big combo for somebody else. Yeah,
right. And that's what he's saying, like, and he could be right, because I think I remember Robert saying when he was teaching us the game on Monday that something who had a misprint on it, and that might have been
well, let's go get some errata. When are we playing again?
Dai is like, when are we playing again?
Mm-hmm.
So please, Matt and I, like, we talk about this during all of our Geek Spiel streams, but like, please join the Discord for Geek Spiel, and we're really trying to get our community more involved in games throughout the week when we're not on the air. And that's with us or with each other. Just because, playing these games on stream is fun, but there's also like, we can't get everybody on the stream all the time.
Right.
And we also have like a handful of people that know the rules to these games, and we want as many people playing them and trying them so that it helps people understand what's out there and what they can play, but yeah.
I can give you a quick testimonial if you want, since I'm a new member to Discord.
Sure.
I got brought over here because of Crypt Monkey from last week, and
right.
Your guys' community is by far, and gaming communities are toss up at times. Either they're really friendly or they're kind of standoffish. You guys have had the friendliest people. You guys have been very accepting of me coming in and just talking about whatever, and treating me like I've been there for weeks, months, if not years.
Yep.
So, as someone who joined a week and a half ago, seriously, come join it. It's a great community.
Yeah, and
great. We work hard to cultivate that, so I'm glad it's coming across.
Absolutely.
All right, well,
thanks, Tyson.
That's going to be it. I think we've all kind of decided to buy this game. It's just some of us have to decide if we can afford it, right? So,
right, that's what
with all things, But the campaign's like another 4 days. Big stretch goals coming, and everybody who's listening to us right now has got a couple of chances to win the drawing tomorrow. So I will, and in fact, I'll announce it. I'll announce that on Twitter, and I'll announce it on Discord. So hopefully you're following or joined one or the other. So Dayu tried to get the Discord message to pop up, but it didn't. If you scroll down on the underneath the video, there's a Discord button, a link right there on our Twitch page. So. All right. Well, I think that's going to be it. We're going on more than 3 hours here, and it's late. I have to work tomorrow. So.
Oh, do you want your tagline?
Oh yeah. Oh, you worked on it? Okay. Dazzle us.
Well, I worked on just the Crunchy Cardboard one, because the HL one I got to work on.
All right.
Crunchy Cardboard. Take a bite out of your game.
Crunchy Cardboard. Take a bite out of your game.
Yeah.
Or take a bite out of games. One of the two. I don't know. I try to get a bite thing in there.
Yeah, it's late, right? So we're gonna take a. I do like take a bite though. Crunch, tie a bite together with it.
Actually, that's not bad too. Like crunchy cardboard, take a bite.
Take a bite. Until next week, take a bite. No, until next week, bite me. You can see where this is.
I just needed you to say it. That's the only reason.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you Sunday night for Geek Spiel on Air, and then Monday night with Weird Giraffe Games in Wales. So, going to be a great time. We'll see you soon.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Now I have to get the mouse on the right. I have 7 monitors here, so it's like trying to get. All right, for real this time.